Good morning, viewers and listeners of Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is your Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. You're welcome to the news headline review. Here we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning, right here on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. I am your host, Ruth Esnam Fiagbedu, and joining me this morning in the studios is Miss Debbie Adozo and Miss Regina Bless. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's another beautiful Tuesday morning, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is the news headline review. Miss Debbie, Wezo.
Akpekaka.
F1.
Mauta.
F1. Akbenamo. Miss Regina.
Yeah.
Obake.
Thank you.
All right, that's the new greeting, so Obake. Okay, so let's dive straight into our major news items for this morning. Abosio Kind spare parts dealers issues 3 days ultimatum to foreign traders. The Abosio Kind Spare Part Dealers Association has given a 3-day ultimatum to foreigners engaged in retail trading within the hub, demanding that they shut down their shops or face enforcement action. According to the association, the activities of these foreign traders contravene Ghana's investment laws, distort competition, and threaten the survival of local businesses. Addressing the media in Accra, the General Secretary, Gifty Lovelock Nana Fianu, warned that the group will not hesitate to enforce Section 27 Clause 1 of the GIPC Act 2013 at 865 through citizens' arrest if authorities fail to intervene. She said, "We are giving them 3 days to do this. Today, we will go round humbly, talk to them for them to understand, and then we will talk to their leaders on Wednesday. If they refuse to listen to us, that's where we will bring in the authorities. We will send our letters to the police, give them 5 days, and then write a letter to all the institutions that are supposed to come in. And from there, we will do what we want to do," she said. Meanwhile, according to news, has been confirmed that some affected foreign traders have already closed down their shops, while a public announcement vehicle continues to patrol the hub, issuing warning. And that was coming from the camp of Abosio Kind, and they say that they are giving the foreigners 3 days to exit the market, or else they are going to involve the police to take action. And that was it. Miss Regina, you and I were there yesterday. Do you mind giving us a brief report on what you encountered, including speaking to the former president of the Niger Traders Association right there at Abosio Kind, and also the General Secretary, Gifty Lovelock Fianu?
Alright. Okay, so first off, according to Abosio Kind Spare Party Dealers, these Nigerians, their main job is to just provide. So automatically they are wholesalers. And when we talk of wholesalers, they are the one who provide goods or services in bulk quantities. Yeah, so they are supposed to do their business transactions in wholesale, but they are not supposed to set up a shop right there at the yard and sell as retailers. According to them, that is wrong. But speaking to the former Nigerian trade president for Trade Association, according to him, he's saying there's no law like that, and if they are trying to take them out of the country, then it means that everyone should block their border. When you're going to Nigeria, you'd have to seek for a visa. When you're coming to Ghana, you'd have to seek for a visa. And I think they are yet to sit down together with the Ghanaian Aboso Kind spare parts dealers, the chairman and also the general secretary, they are yet to sit and reach an agreement. Yeah. But aside that, I think yesterday we saw some of the Nigerian shops being closed because they are not supposed to be operating there. And some people were angry, others also took it in good faith. And looking at the former president, I don't know, but it looks like for him he's ready to leave anytime because me personally, I think say but I think we need each other because these people are supplying to us and we are also selling to other people right in the Ghanaian market space. So I think we need each other, and I think it's high time they just sit down and make sure that they reach an agreement. And from what the general secretary said, Lovelock, you can sell, but not in the space of Aboso Kind. So you can sell out anywhere you want to sell, but not Aboso Kind. And she also made mention of how they sell, because you might bring it as a wholesale to me at 5 Ghana cedis. I have to add my profit to it, so maybe selling it at 8 cedis or 7 cedis or 10 cedis. But sometimes this Nigerian, they sell it at the same price, making markets very difficult for them. So I think it's all about communication. They're reaching an agreement, and I think everything will be okay. But it's just like they don't see eye to eye, and I think that would have a very huge effect on them if they prolong it. So they should just solve their issues amicably.
So according to the law, a person who is not a citizen or an enterprise which is not wholly owned by citizen shall not invest or participate in the sale of goods or provision of services in a market, petty trading or hawking or selling of goods in a store at any place, the operation of taxi or car hire service in an enterprise that has a fleet of less than 25 vehicles. I think that would be for the drivers. So this is what the law is saying, that if you are not a citizen, you are not allowed to, engage yourself in any sort of petty trade or something. But how do you feel about that? Like, is that being fair to these people? Because we are all neighboring countries, and I believe even when you go to Nigeria, there are some Ghanaians who are equally doing business there, but we haven't heard of anything of the sort in their country right there. Do you think we are being fair to these people?
I can't say we are being fair or we are not being fair, because every country has its own laws, and the fact that we've not heard anything from the other side doesn't mean that there's nothing going on. Maybe there's something going on, but they just want to keep mute about it. But one thing I know is, according to the general secretary, she said there's only one person, from what she knows, there's only one person who has the legal right to own a shop there in Aboso Kind, according to her. So it means that other people have not done the
necessary documentation.
The necessary documentation. They've not done the right thing to own a shop there. So it all boils down to making sure that you obey and follow the rules.
Right. But she equally mentioned that you can, that's just for wholesale. You sell in bulk, but you don't, but it's not all selling.
It's all selling.
And so why don't they just leave?
From what she's saying, you supply to them.
Oh.
Supply the goods. That is it. That is all. But if you want to engage in other retail activities, it should be outside the yard.
Outside the yard.
Outside the yard.
So not inside the yard.
Not inside the yard.
Hey. Miss Debbie, what do you make of this whole Buhari?
Well, for me, I see no sense in what they are doing. Yes.
Choice of words.
It's not as if I'm insulting anybody, but I see no reasonable fact in what they are doing. It doesn't really make sense to me. That is why I'm putting it that way.
Why?
We have Ghanaian traders in Nigeria. We have traders who are Ghana, and they are in Togo. They are in Cote d'Ivoire. They are making business there. And then we have Togolese in this country. We have Nigerians equally in this country. And they are also going about their businesses. And I must tell you that if a Ghanaian shop is selling the same thing as a Nigerian, you go to these two people and then compare the price and come and tell me later. You can see a vast difference. They're actually selling the same thing, but the prices are different. And I will tell you that the Nigerian, the one who is a Nigerian or a foreigner, selling something that you consume more in your country, she's even selling it to you less cheaper than someone who is a Ghanaian, our own people, and then they're selling it at an expensive rate.
So you think all of these whole problems?
Yes, it's because they are making the work difficult for them in a sense that the prices are too much.
Which is the Ghanaian shops?
Like the Aboso kind. I mean, they deal with spare parts and stuff.
Yes, exactly.
And every day we have these drivers complaining that they've been increase in prices of spare parts, and that is why they always want to increase the prices of transport fares. It's coming from these same people. I have a Nigerian woman at my area that sells potokoto. If I say potokoto, do you understand? Tomato, pepper, onion, and those stuffs. Way like less expensive. And there is a Ghanaian man closer to her. He also sells similar thing, but very expensive.
So why is that the case? Why is it that the Ghanaian?
It's because we are selfish. Yes, how will I even put it? I'm in support with the fact that when you come to a country and then you want to do business, you have to follow the rules and regulation of that particular country. That is why there is a saying that if you go to Rome, you do as they do. So long as you're not in your country and then you find yourself in someone's land, you're supposed to follow the due processes. That is it. But what I'm seeing right now is like the traders in Aboso Okai are rising up against these people because they feel like maybe how they don't cooperate with them in a sense that if they bring out a price, because when you get there, they are all selling the whatever they are selling out to you at the same price. But these foreigners do not sell it the way they do. They will do it more cheaper because they want more customers. And I don't know whether you've bought from a Nigerian before. You see how friendly they are. A Ghanaian trader is not like that. So I feel like they are now having this kind of feeling that these Nigerian traders have now become a thorn in their flesh or a threat. So they just have to take them out. If you are saying that they've not passed through the due process and they are supposed to do so, that is okay. But you sacking them, for what reason? Why will you sack them? Because where they are, I'm sure they are paying tax.
Yes, the man mentioned they are paying tax. If you come and close their shops, they will come and chase them for the tax.
For what reason will you even close their shops? Because they are paying tax. And mind you, maybe the shop they are selling in is not built by them. They've even rented that shop and they are paying for it every month, maybe per year, maybe per 2 years. And they are paying taxes and all that. And then you just wake up one day, from your fever, and then you feel like you want to sack these people out. I mean,
but you read what you listened to what I read according to the law.
I listened to what you read.
Yes.
Now, what the law states is right. What the law states is right. That's what I'm saying. That when it goes to a country, you're supposed to follow the rules. But in Ghana, we have the laws. They are not working. That is why we are seeing these things. What you've read, say AFA. Imagine we go according to what has been written down. Like, we wouldn't be facing these challenges. But we have the laws. They are not working. And that is why we see all these things. Imagine the laws are working. As a trader, you come to Ghana. You're supposed to follow due process. You're supposed to have a legal document that actually verifies you to trade in Ghana, although you're a foreigner. Perfect. But Juma, and we even have middlemen who do those things. We have middlemen who do those things, and I wouldn't be surprised. We have people in Aboso kind of traders, and they are the same people behind these things. Because you can't tell me that a foreigner will just come out from Nigeria and then straight to Aboso kind to open a shop and then begin selling. There is a middleman, and that is why the laws are not working. that is the only thing I can say. The laws are not working, and that is the main reason why we are seeing all this kind of stuff. And so when we want to get these people out, then they have to follow due process.
They have to follow due process. But do you see this thing escalating into something different if care is not taken?
Oh, yes.
Because yesterday, when we posted on our social media with regards to the engagements we had with the former president of the Nigerian Trade Association, the engagements we're getting from some of Nigerian followers was not really something that was we should take lightly. If care is not taken, this thing could escalate and there'll be more treating our people right there in Nigeria.
And this is how conflicts of interest starts. Petty things like this we don't really pay attention to actually escalate into something else. So yes, this might be something that we will see to be something normal, like enyeshe. You know, Ghanaians, we are fond of doing that, or enyeshe. But by the time you come to realize that this thing is something that you are supposed to pay attention to, then it's too late. So Nigerians and Ghanaians, they are like brothers and sisters. I would say that 50% of the population here are Nigerians. Every corner you go, you see them there. If you go to Makati or more Bukeke, when you get to Malam Junction, I would say 50% of the shops there belongs to these Nigerians. So I would say that we have this kind of relationship. There is a cordial relationship between Ghana and Nigeria than
These
other
two
African countries. Yes. So it's like hand go, hand comes. We have Ghanaians living there, we have Ghanaians trading there, and then we have Nigerians also here. So, and we even go there for help. I remember when we have issue with the energy sector, we have to seek call on them for help. You see, so all these things, the call is because of this relationship we have with them. So they feel like when we have problem, they are also having problem. When we are safe, they are safe. When Ghana is having some kind of trouble, automatically it's like they are also going through that same trouble. So this shouldn't be a banter that will actually bring separation between these two countries. It should be something that we need to sit down and then solve amicably. If not, and then it escalates.
So they've given them 3 days ultimatum, and Wednesday will be the last day. So we are just hoping to see what the end results of this whole issue is going to be. We are just hoping for the best, that it doesn't get out of hand to the extent of them saying, as Ms. Gifty said, that they are going to call the police on these people. We're just hoping it doesn't get to that extent. All right, moving on to our next news item. PNP petitions Iyoko over 78 million Ghana cedis allocation to Government Communication Office. The chairperson and leader of the People's National Party, Janet Nabla, has petitioned the Economic and Organized Crime Office to investigate what they describe as an unprecedented and questionable allocation of 78 million Ghana cedis to the office of the Minister in charge of Government Communication, Felix Ofosu-Kwakye. In a petition dated September 8, 2025, the PNP leader expressed concern over the significant budgetary allocation, noting that the office, unlike a fully fledged ministry, received more than 10 times what was previously allocated to the Ministry of Information, which operated with 6 million Ghana cedis while overseeing 6 agencies. Mr. Ofosu-Kwakye's office currently supervises only 3 agencies, but has been allocated 78 million Ghana cedis in the 2025 national budget, a situation the PNP argues raises suspicions of possible misuse of public funds. The petition highlighted 4 key areas requiring Iyoko's attention: disproportionate budget allocation. The party is questioning the basis for Parliament's approval of such a large sum of money for a non-ministerial office and demands clarity on the agencies under its supervision and their previous operational budgets. Alleged politically motivated expenditures. The PNP alleges that portions of the allocation may be used to fund selected media houses, civil society organizations, and influential individuals to promote the ruling National Democratic Congress agenda. Clarification on attached agencies. The party is requesting details on which agencies now fall under Mr. Fosu Kwache's office and how their budgets compare to past allocations. Lack of transparency and public accountability. The petition stressed the absence of a detailed public breakdown on how the funds will be utilized, especially at a time of high unemployment, poor infrastructure, and under-resourced institutions. The PNP leader reminded Iyoko of its mandate under Act 804, stressing that the office must safeguard public funds and prevent corruption irrespective of political affiliation. The petition concluded with a call on Iyoko to invite Honorable Felix Ofosu Kwache to provide full documentation on the 78 million Ghana cedis allocation and ensure that the public is assured of transparency and accountability. And this is coming from the camp of PNP, led by Janet Nabla, who has petitioned Iyoko to investigate the allocation of 78 million Ghana cedis to the office of the minister in charge of government communication, Felix Ofosu Kwache. The petition raised issues. They said this appropriation allocation compared to the past budgets, possible political use of the fund to promote NDC's agenda, unclear agency responsibilities under the office, lack of transparency in how the money will be spent. And this was the petition that the PNP, People's National Party, submitted to Iyoko yesterday to investigate into the matter, why these people are receiving more than the past budgetary allocation. Ms. Debbie, I saw you smiling. I saw you smiling. What do you have to say with regards to this? What was the reaction when you saw this?
Well, when I saw it, I wasn't really, should I say I was a bit confused, but then once it came in mind, if this is really true, then we are doomed. We are doomed. And this is how I would say corruption starts. This is how, like, in a way, embezzling state fund, this is how it starts. But I'm happy, I mean, he has petitioned Iyoko.
So they are yet to investigate.
Yes, they are yet to investigate. So if I can't get to conclude on this issue unless Iyoko brings out their report on this issue that so let's say allegedly she has alleged and then petition Iyoko over this. But I say more because this is not something new. We've actually been seeing this with any government that really comes into power. And then we've also seen cases where the Attorney General and even the OSP has mentioned some people pertaining to the previous administration misappropriation of funds, and even some officers or institutions receiving more than they're supposed to receive. Right. So this is something that's like but how can we stop it? If truly Iyoko dips down into this and then it comes out that yes, it is true, they are receiving more, then I think the minister designated for the local government, the local government has to come out and then explain to us, maybe these are the reasons why what we budgeted for, they didn't send into the office, but they have to double it up. They have to come and clarify things for us to understand. As I said, we've seen things like this before. And so if you don't clarify us, with my own knowledge, I might perceive it in a different way, or I might conclude on it in a different way. And if this is truly true, then we have to take it up very seriously. Because this has to do with the current administration right now. Yeah. And she's also alleging that she doesn't even know whether the NDC wants to, push that into their own agenda. And as for politicians there, no politicians can tell me that they are sent, no matter how transparent you are. And they are but that is not supposed to be so. And so now that Iyoko will have to go into it, one thing I would like them to do is that every process they will take, they should
They should be transparent.
They should be transparent and they should let us know. And if truly at the end of the investigation, It is true that misappropriation of funds, as she stated.
But per your observation or in your own opinion, do you see that the NDC is kind of like pushing some media houses to, to project their agenda?
As in now, like work in their favor?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't see that.
You don't see that. You see them to be a balance something?
Like NDC going to pay a station that speak on my behalf?
Like a media? No, not in
I don't. Yeah, it's not as if like paying them more, but like in a way projecting the agenda of the president out there. No, I don't see that.
You don't see that.
They do that because see, every media houses that project a government or a president, it's per what you do, or it's per what you portray out there. If it is good, we will project you out there. If it is wrong, we will also project you out there. And the fact that a media house is always on maybe projecting the president doesn't mean that they have something to do with them behind backs that is making them to project the agenda out there. No. I don't know if I'm right.
Yeah, I get you. You are sharing your opinion, so that's fine. All right. Ms. Regina, PNP has petitioned Iyoko to investigate into Ofosu Kwache's is it post? Would I say post? Because he's not a minister. Yeah. That sector.
He's the Minister for Communication. For that sector.
And looking at how the media is going back and forth with the presidency and then all of that. They says 78 million Ghana cedis. It's too much. And he's just operating under 3 agencies. So why is he having more than what he has been like his office has been budgeted for than the previous allocation?
Even if he's taking that sum, what would the main Minister for Communication
take?
Okay, so it all boils down to communication and transparency and also accountability. So I think that it's when it comes to our democratic law, I think it's right and it's fair that the PNP are petitioning Iyoko to take up this case, because if we don't understand something, I think it's fair that she come out to communicate. And Minister Felix Kwache Ofosu,
yes,
I think when you are being given a duty, you should make sure that in fact, let me put it this way: when you are selling something, whatever you are selling should reflect on you. Let me put it that way. So if you're communication officer, you need to make sure that he acts like one. According to the budget, this is what you were supposed to take, and out of the blue you are taking another or different sum altogether. What's the best thing for you to do? See, sometimes I always say that you don't have to wait for people to ask before you come out to give a tangible explanation as to why you are doing this. So according to the budget, you're supposed to take a lesser amount, but now you are taking 3 times. In fact, should I even say 100 times what you are supposed to take, and you are not coming out to explain anything. First off, what signal are you sending to the people? Someone might think it's as they are saying politically motivated, or you have a different ulterior motive altogether, or you are that money has been given to you for your own personal stuff or something. Because we've heard of instances where some certain monies that is being used for developmental projects are being given to these ministers, and that is it. So the long and short of this issue, it only boils down to communication, transparency, and accountability. And to Iyoko also, they also need to make sure that they deal with facts. We don't want any instance where they will come out and give us show documents, give us facts, and at the end of the day they are also lying to us. They need to make sure that they deal with facts. They shouldn't be influenced by anyone. They need to work independently and make sure that they serve the people with the truth, valid truth for that matter. And also to the minister in question, he also needs to come out to clarify things.
Well, I just saw this So Felix Kwachi Ofosu, Minister of State in charge of government communication, has denied claims that his office has been allocated 78 million Ghana cedis for managing government communications. So he said, again, it is not true that I have been allocated a total of 78 million Ghana cedis to manage government communication. That is false. What it says is that all three agencies that have now been placed under the Office of Government Machineries have their goods and services budgets and capital expenditure budgets reflected in that amount. As for myself, my deputy, Amma Pratt, who is the press secretary to the vice president, and the people who assist us in managing the communication wing of the presidency and the entire government, nobody has given us any goods and services budget or capital expenditure, he clarified. So I think he has already come out to clarify that that is false. Well, Yoko will still have to investigate into that.
I have not received anything.
This one here is no long talk, Bia. The best thing is to investigate, and then the truth will definitely be revealed.
So where did they get that information from?
Well, we are just hoping that Yoko will come out with a vivid report and let us know the aftermath of the petition. All right, moving on to our next news story. NPP flag bearer raise. Vetting to decide disqualification, not development fee party. The Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Haruna Mohammed, has clarified that the payment of 4 million Ghana cedis development fee will not, on its own, lead to the outright disqualification of a presidential aspirant. His clarification follows revelations by former flag-bearer aspirant Francis Adey Nimo, who claimed that failure to pay the fee could cause aspirants their eligibility to contest in the party's upcoming presidential primaries. Mr. Mohammed explained that while payment of the fee is a requirement, the final decision on whether an aspirant qualifies or not rests with the vetting process. He added that neither the party's constitution nor the guidelines released on July 29, 2025 explicitly states that non-payment of the development fee results in automatic disqualification. Mr. Mohammed noted, however, that the payment requirements captured under Item 6 of the Constitution and Item 5 of the guidelines remains binding and will form part of the vetting assessment. So I think Mr. Francis Nimo was part of the aspirants who wanted to be the flag bearer of the NPP, but to some one or two reasons he boots out, and then he was saying that because he didn't pay development fee of 4 million Ghana cedis, a development fee of 4 million Ghana cedis, what were they going to use it for? So meaning that if you go to the vetting process and then they drop you down, like that money I share. Like that money is gone.
Oh my God. It is so. When you go and buy university forms and you're not being paid.
That's true though. So Mr. Mohammed has come to clarify that the vetting process, not just the fee, will determine whether a candidate qualifies. He explained that while the fee is part of the requirements, the final decision lies with the vetting committee and the National Council. He further stressed that the party's constitution and guidelines do not emphatically state that non-payment equals automatic rejection, but the fee will still be considered as part of the vetting process. Automatically. So meaning if you don't pay, you still cannot, come and pick up the forms.
No.
You can,
so,
but
no, as you are going to file for the nomination, you are paying for the 4 million too.
And now he's saying that if you are not able to pay, doesn't mean that you are disqualified.
Oh, no, you'll be disqualified. I saw a video where Kennedy Japan came out saying that you'll be disqualified, and he paid 4 million. Yes, so you buy you file the nomination, which is 100,000, and aside that you paid that 4 million separately.
So meaning,
but is it not? what you just read is that even if you are not able to pay, it doesn't mean that you are disqualified.
So is the
Or they
vetting
themselves, they are confused.
And they are confused.
So according to the Deputy General Secretary Haruna Mohammed, the vetting process, not just the fee, will determine whether a candidate qualifies. He explained that while the fee is part of the requirements, meaning that it's mandatory that when you're coming to
file your nomination,
you have to pay for it. The final decision lies with the vetting committee and the National Council. He further stressed that the party's constitutions and guidelines do not emphatically state that non-payment equals automatic rejection.
Then they are going against their own rules.
But the fee will be considered as part of the vetting process.
They are going against their own rules. I'm saying this because I saw Kennedy Japan saying that he went to file his nomination, and then one of the boys came to tell him in the ears that you didn't pay your 4 million. And it was like 4 million for, so he said he thought they were joking. And they said if you don't pay that 4 million, you can't file your nomination form. So you are supposed to, aside the 100,000 you pay, then you pay 4 million again.
Because he said, but the fee will still be considered as part of the vetting process. So it means that since it's a requirement, if you don't pay for it, automatically you are disqualified.
You are disqualified.
Yeah.
You are disqualified.
So meaning they are contradicting
They are
themselves.
contradicting themselves.
They should come
you see,
out,
that
they
is what
should-
I'm telling you, that the MPP as it stands now is a confused party.
You think
true.
it's affecting everybody?
It's
there?
affecting them. They know it themselves. It's affecting them because I don't want to use a word, but as a party, I think this is not even the time for you to be filing nominations for presidential candidates. You have to go down to the grassroots. I was listening to, I think, a former, oh goodness, I've forgotten, former something of the MPP. I think he was sacked.
Yeah, I
he was
saw
part
that.
of those people who were sacked from the
the
party. And then he was interviewed and he said the problem of the MPP is that they don't listen to the grassroots.
That's true.
Listen to the grassroots. You don't listen to them. And then you are the top. You do what you feel like is good for you. And they know that when they go to the grassroots, they are not happy. They know they are not happy.
They are not.
They are not happy at all. And because they know that they are not doing the right thing, when they go down to the grassroots, the person they want to win the flag bearer for the party, so the best thing they can do is they boycott you people out, and then they focus on people that they feel like maybe only delegates. You vote, and then delegates may vote there without including the grassroots. We will get the person we want to lead the party, and that is why they are failing. They will continue to fail if they don't learn. They don't learn. They are refusing to learn.
4 million Ghana cedis. Is that not them limiting you wanting to be a flag bearer? They are limiting. That means that they are, in a way, they are sideline those that don't have the money.
Yes, and that is how it has become. Politics of late has become very expensive.
Very,
very, very expensive.
And is that we practicing democracy? Because it's supposed to be for everybody.
We are not.
Everybody should be able to afford for the forms.
And that is why we cannot fight corruption. Because if I'm going to pay formula, so imagine I see myself to be someone who can lead the NPP party, and I want to be a flag bearer. Me too now, I don't want to back out. And then I go in for loan or whatever means, and I get that 4 million, and I become a president. No matter what, even if I don't become a president, and then I've been appointed into government, I'll do every possible means to get that 4 million and even get an interest. Yes, and even get an interest, because it has drained me. Trust me, this thing they are doing, the development fee, you're going to pay delegates to vote for you.
Yeah.
Last year or last 2 years, it was 1,500. This year, I'm so about 2,000 and not 3,000 each person. So imagine 20 people, maybe 30 people, 100 people are supposed to vote for this candidate. Then you're supposed to be 30,000 each. So you should tell that these people, I don't know where they are getting the money from though, but you see, the MPP as a party, I believe this is about time and they should sit down. Sir, and cry to They should let it go and
They
focus.
should let it go and focus.
You have 2028 in Bayern. You are thinking about Delhi. I saw this morning. I saw abroad here.
Yeah,
Also
he has
attacking
been picked
President
up.
Mahama.
Yeah, he has been picked up. He has been picked up. Miss Gina, do you have anything to add up to? She has said it all. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the news headline review. Up next, we have Debbie's Grill.
Welcome to Debbie's Grow, where we talk about issues that matters to the state, void of politics, fear of favor. So the West African Examination Council says officials implicated in the act of corruption during the basic education certificate examination will be blacklisted from ever taking part in its activities again. So in an interview, WAEC's Director of Public Affairs, John Kapi, said the council cannot continue to work with individuals who have betrayed the trust placed in them during national examinations. These are people who certainly have not proved they are worthy of the trust that we repose in them. As far as this job is concerned, let me also indicate that when it comes to BEC, most of the decisions are taken by the Ghana Education Service. The selection of supervisors and vigilators is done by the district examination officer, he explained. His comments come in the wake of a Joy News hotline investigation led by Ghana Probes, which uncovered disturbing level of collusion at examination centers at the Debbie Avenue RC Basic School and St. John's Anglican Basic School in Accra. The vigilators were captured openly demanding 60 daily tokens. Supervisors pocketed envelopes of 400 and candidates were asked to contribute an aseda offertory to these invigilators. So I think some time ago I spoke about this issue where a probe by Joy News, a documentary, actually revealed that recently ended the BEC examination. They found out that some invigilators actually helped these students to copy in the exam halls by giving them phones, writing answers from them, and then some of them take 60 cedis per day to teach these students, and the school as an authority pays each of these teachers or each of these invigilators 400. Aside that, after you are done with the paper, you will now come and give the invigilator an aseda offertory, and that one it will be way bigger than the 60 cedis and then the 400 cedis, just to appreciate the invigilators for allowing you copying in the exam hall to get your 6As, move to the university, and then you later be sacked. Yes, so that is that. But now the Ghana Education Service is saying that they've considered the probe that has been made with the facts and evidence and everything that shows that some of these invigilators are found culpable. And so their next action is to revoke their licenses, sack them. They have nothing to do with Ghana Education Service. They have nothing to do with GES. And so right now, what has become of you? Your life will now become, let me say, useless, because you have no use to the community again. We keep speaking about examination malpractice, and anytime this comes into mind, the first people we blame is the student, because you feel like you are the one writing the paper and you need those results. Those results are like fuel that will take you into your next level. It's like a fuel you buy into your vehicle to travel to a nearby town or a nearby community. And so writing BEC is like you buying fuel that will actually help you journey to senior high school. And then when you write WASI, you buy another fuel, and then it helps you gain admission into the university. And you see, most of the times when I see people being sacked in the university, and when you go to check, do a background research, and then find out why they are sacked, you will get to know that the results they brought and what they are writing does not even tally. And sometimes you go to the university and you meet people who even find it difficult to spell their own name, but they came with 6 A's. And then you ask yourself, did they fly? How did they get this result? You cannot even figure it out. You get to the university, you meet people who will always beat their chest and tell you, I'm a Bachelor of Arts student in degree, a Bachelor of Arts student in Human Resource Management, Public Relations, speaking before but when you ask a person to write something very simple, they find it very difficult to do it. And when you check the results, 6 A's. And then you ask yourself, how did they get this result? Because what they are writing down on paper does not tally. It does not tally. And I've been saying that this is how corruption starts. In kakra and kakra, teachers, you are supposed to instill some sort of discipline in these students. Most of these students will later in the future become teachers. Some of them will even be appointed as directors at Ghana Education Service. Most of them will hold big offices in the country. Some of them will become politicians, some will become president, some will be ministers. Also, I see a G60 city, so they feel like it's normal. So imagine this child becomes a teacher one day. She thinks it's normal. Because she has given the teacher 60 CDs and the teacher allowed her to copy. And so she will also do same. And it's like you sowing a seed. It will grow. It will germinate. It will bear fruit. You can plant a seed of maize. But when it bears fruit, you can actually get like 10 maize on a tree. And that is how it starts. We are the one planting corruption in this minds of this young generation. And sometimes you hear the teachers telling you that they are not paying us enough. They are not paying us enough. People are receiving alawa. Just as the nurses, you receive alawa when you are in school. And after you've completed, by the grace of God, you are employed. What else do you want? Because of one mistake, your license will be revoked. You went to school for 4 years, steady. I'm sure sometimes you sleep without food. I'm sure sometimes you even find it difficult to pay for your project work. And you've completed. You will not comport yourself. Now your license will be revoked. Then it's as if the 4 years you've spent in school has now become useless. And I think that is the right step that Ghana Education Service are taking. They have to start. Some time ago they were doing it, but and if now they are bringing it on board again, I feel like it's good because it's going to serve as a deterrent to other teachers. Students, sit on your buttocks and learn. It's painful, but learn. It's for your own good. Some of this support you take, you get a crying back. Sometimes you copy and then you think you get A, whatever can on C. C, not even B, C. See, nothing comes easy. That is the fact. Learning is not easy. It's a whole tax. Sitting on your buttocks for hours to learn, it's not easy. It's a whole tax. But it's for your own personal good. So that when you get to the top one day, you won't find yourself wanting. If they throw a question at you, you can defend your results. It's about time we start dealing with this. It's like every time we write WASI or BEC in this country, there will always be an issue with examination malpractice. there will always be a teacher that will violate those rules. And sometimes those invigilators, I don't really blame them that much. The head teachers of those schools, they meet the invigilators, they pay them, they give them something. Please help my students for me. It's fine, someone is seeking help from you, but it's up to you to decide whether you do it or not. Now you've accepted to do it, your license has been revoked. What can they say? The most painful aspect is they'll start blaming the riches in their father's house, the riches in their mother's house, but they know nothing about this whole issue. For us to stop corruption, I always say that for us to stop corruption, we have to uproot it down from the root. We are not uprooting it, we are rather watering it for it to grow. Because this is a means of corruption, taking money, bribing. Head teachers are bribing invigilators to allow their students copy. Students are bribing invigilators to allow them copy. And when these students grow up in future and is being appointed into one of the biggest offices in the country, you think they can sit down without taking bribe from anyone? No, it's already in their blood. It's already in the blood. You have to start using people as an example. I remember those times when you are being caught, you write a statement. I was copying. Hey. You don't even know what you'll be getting. You don't even know whether you'll be getting C, B, A, D. And then you are writing a statement. And then your paper will be cancelled. GES, there is a lot to do. There is a lot to do. In as much as you arrest these people and revoke their licenses, what next? How are we going to stop examination malpractice? How are we going to minimize it? I know stopping the bed in Amayakakra, but how are we going to minimize it and ensure that the students do not copy? If we revoke the licenses, that's right, it will serve as deterrent to others. But what additional measures do we have? Let's sit down, bring out something, and end examination malpractice. And that is why we are suffering as a country. Because these same people grow and they become asset to the country. And instead of them becoming asset to develop the country, they become a threat or a terror in the country, and it's actually delaying the progress. They end up embezzling state funds, pushing money into their private account, and then at the end of the day, they will not tell you when to appear before you for questioning. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Glow.
Thank you, Miss Debbie. Today in history with Miss Regina Bliss.
Today in history, 1960. Administrative reorganization. Ghana underwent a major administrative reorganization. The country, formerly the Gold Coast, was divided into 10 regions, such as the Western, Central, Eastern, Greater Accra, Northern, Volta, Ashanti, and Brong Ahafo, among others. These regions were later further subdivided into 138 districts to improve governance and administration. 1999. The set declaration was issued by the heads of state and government of the Organization of African Unity, calling for the creation of a new continental body, the African Union. This marked the formal beginning of the process to establish the AU, replacing the OAU with a stronger institution for Pan-African unity and development. 1821. The British government formally took control of the trading fort along the Gold Coast, marking a pivotal step toward colonial governance. This led to treaties like the 1844 Fante Agreement and issuing Ashanti campaigns. 1739. Enslaved Africans, led by a man named Jemmy, initiated the Stono Rebellion in South Carolina. Though outside Africa, this event underscores the transatlantic legacies of resistance rooted in the continent. To some observances, International Day to Protect Education from Attack. The International Day to Protect Education from Attack is an international observance established by an unanimous decision of the United Nations General Assembly in 2020. It is observed on September 9th of each year. The day generates attention to attacks on students, teachers, and education institutions during armed conflicts, the use of schools for military purposes, as well as efforts aimed at promoting and protecting the right to education and facilitating the continuation of education in armed conflicts, including the Safe Schools Declaration. International Beauty Day is an annual celebration of beauty that takes place every year. It was initiated in 2015 to recognize the professionals in the beauty industry and promote the importance of self-care, individuality, and healthy beauty practices. Lastly, Care Bears Share Your Care Day is observed annually to inspire people to spread kindness, compassion, and acts of caring in their communities. The holiday encourages giving to charity, volunteering, and performing random acts of kindness to foster love, friendship, and togetherness, embodying the spirit of the beloved Care Bears characters. And that's all for today on Today in History and some observances live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless. Today is World Kindness Day, so make sure you are kind to anybody you see out there. People are going through a lot, mind you, so be kind out there. Thank you so much for joining us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be coming up with the news shortly. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, I'm level bam. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abako sem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya. Oh, you singer and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fi spit fire now. Listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio and yes say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app no. Our Play Store and the App Store. Na tune in and say this what you see baba live on Facebook, Kointakra, any Ghana Talks Radio page and so now listen. Ebe your fire. 1 year. Konya. Wading. Jajan.
Business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news broadcast on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, Chief of SOA pushes for completion of abandoned 250-bed hospital in the Ashanti region. Asante Hin backs local participation in Ghana's lucrative mining industry. Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly grapples with 300 million debt burden. Former Minister of Education urges Africa educators to nurture youth for brighter tomorrow. These and many more coming up shortly. Do stay with us. The chief of SOA in the Ashanti region, Nana Kweku Amankwasa Kodie II, has expressed serious concern about the stalled 250-bed hospital project in SOA. He views the delay as a significant setback to healthcare delivery and overall development in the region, urging the government to prioritize completing the project. The hospital is expected to alleviate pressure on Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, a major referral center serving multiple regions. Nana Kweku Amankwah expressed his frustration after donating 150 acres of land for the project in 2007. He underscores the importance of infrastructure completion for healthcare access in Ghana's Ashanti region.
Yana ya pasa ushia sentimentem go home. Yana abambia bebebia usisi yen. Ntwan kontumbu. Why? Asante the populous nation in Ghana. They don't see bebia. So here Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Compare that to Asante Regional Hospital. Ushia hospital sa one craya. Numerous debris. She Asante region. Wa Erisawia na Abaka so ye regional hospital. Wa de no wo mo hwase 2012 sadly baby om share 2015 wo mo ye commission. Sawia na wo se hwase 2015 or 2020 no say rebe ye wie na commission we are 2025 still undone. Still undone. So where do you go? Still undone. I'm so sorry, sir. If you dare abaya krabadadano, our expiration time will it's a young in 10 months. You seem to na expiration time. No, a wound could be any position now. Also, an juma. Where do you go? Kidina assess a share and that air condition will be going in none in either assess. So, where do you stand? Ghana susu ye nyina dia won enti ye be dey eye ukogia said o ka fi di person si go nya otumfo no so pesca ye Komfo-Anokye Hospital, but it has come so why on naria na me kan so ho asama na me kan so because me kan be kan hwe ababi ba no go to amasamai interchange ya yana masamai Kofrawa Port, Kobichibilemti, Kokaswa, Kotema, Konungwa. Look at the flag port, baby flag is here. From Sevilla Junction to where the region will be, just 3.5 kilometers on down. How come? Unamwa, the band of Korea by a contractor.
The Asantehene Otumfo Tutu II is advocating for a greater Ghanaian stake in the mining sector. He is urging the government to prioritize local investors over foreign companies when granting large-scale mining concession for equitable distribution of Ghana's mineral wealth. Encouraging traditional leaders, he tasked them to seek equity stakes in mining ventures than accepting royalty payment. He suggests amending the constitution to prioritize Ghanaians in mining concessions, potentially retaining profit within the country.
This is a mine, no. See, the Mobia Ghana for ni any kind of farmer. No, near Brofobe partner, your partner, and this canon car. Sir, Obigas South Africa, Johannesburg, ye go there. Woman never a yen South Africa for a year. And he Swaboase, Yedima, any before Bisa, and the Quajis, Casa de Mukaya. A cratch for mining engineering near into inform Momuye. And no none was a none as some Daho was here near any constitutional review committee, no share, provision, no constitution, a woman, no young no quaint Befaso. Western region, Western North, only our minds will go. Now, Honor, you want to inform a company, me and farmer before near and Franco Pepus, young Mamma Yema, a hopeful Nunya Yajuma, Sicano Son Kagana. And one said geological survey and minerals commission. Over 3 years survey who baby deposits in the war. Every part the anno 2 of my next will be braba, say next year. One and a can near who's a 100 deposit or 100 deposit. It is a war offense was as this one, or near a neck, as this one near Tibasano. But quite traditional council when you be your bounce when you be. Nay, royalty in a day. Equity, nay, woman was so young that Wafi Bomamo Didiano. Royalty in a year near Briar come on.
The Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly is facing a severe financial crisis with debt reportedly exceeding 300 million, according to Mayor Richard Ajimanofori Boidi. This massive debt is crippling the Assembly's ability to deliver essential services and pursue new development projects in Ghana's second largest city. A significant portion of the debt stems from judgment debt, with some estimates suggesting a 140 to 300 million is tied to court ruling against the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. The mayor attributes much of the debt to poorly awarded contracts and lack of due process by previous administrations. The situation underscores the need for effective financial management and revenue strategies to ensure Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly meets Kumasi's development needs.
I have come to inherit this arrangement. So I'm not taking my time to go through them. As we speak, we have a judgment debt of over 142 million, which I'm handling. And judgment debt alone, over 142, not the entire debt of KMA. The entire debt of KMA is way beyond that. It will get to responsible management. Like we award a contract to somebody to help us manage a particular dam site, 7 months on, without any proper negotiation. We abrogate the contract without recourse to due process and the law. The person goes to court and the person secures a judgment. We are supposed to deal with the judgment. We don't deal with it. The person goes to court and gets an interest over the amount of money that is supposed to be paid to him or her, and it's calculated on an amortization basis. And when it's on amortization basis, what it means is that the amount of money that is owed the person will attract a particular percentage over the year, and then it is calculated as principal in the subsequent years. So if it is 10 and it's as a 30% on amortization basis, the next year is going to be 13. The subsequent year it is 30% over the 13 that is going to be calculated. So it kept jumping, and it's taken us to the 142 million.
Former Minister of Education Dr. Yaosei Duchum has highlighted the need of nurturing African youth to reach their full potential. He made this remark in Abuja, Nigeria, whilst addressing African educators and stakeholders in education. Dr. Duchum stressed the need for African countries to equip children with 21st century skills, highlighting critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence. He advocated for improved learning environment, urging African nations to prioritize education infrastructure. His comments align with efforts to transform Africans' education systems to enhance skills development across the continent.
And national transformation is very clear. I know we're talking here about the relationship between the importance of curriculum and education, but I'm going to jump from education and say the importance of curriculum and national transformation. That is what we're talking about here. So I wanted to do what was impossible in Ghana, in Africa, because we do a lot of policies, we don't see implementation. So when I came back to Ghana, it was not about the talk. It was about how do we change the education system once and for all, so that countries that were better than in the 1960s, come to think of it, President of Singapore came to Ghana, Lee Kuan Yew visited Ghana in 1963, our economy was booming. And he wrote in his memoir that Ghana was a booming nation. At that time, people thought Ghana would be one of the first black nations in the world to become developed. What did you get wrong? We industrialized without focusing on education the way Singapore did, the way South Korea did. We did not even give access to everyone to go to senior high school. It took us 60 years for Ghana to get free secondary education. Today we have gender parity in girls and secondary education, gender parity. There are more girls in senior high schools than boys. It took 60 years for us to get to that. But as the good old professor said about gender parity, we went beyond gender parity to gender equality, ensuring that girls will have access to STEM education. So we began building STEM schools for girls, and today girls are learning bioengineering, they are doing engineering in high schools, and some great things are happening in the Ghanaian education space. The reason why this is important is that many times we look at the challenges facing education in Africa and we do not celebrate the great things that are happening. When I landed in Abuja airport yesterday, I saw a clean, beautiful airport, nice people welcoming me, and I said to myself, this is what we'll be saying about Nigeria.
And that was from the former Minister of Education, Dr. Yaosei Duchum. Interior Minister Mubarak Mohammed Muntaka has inaugurated a 7-member mediation committee with a 1-month mandate to resolve the Gbinyiri land conflict in the Savannah region. The violent clashes, which began on August 23rd in Gbinyiri in Sola Kauba district, spread to surrounding villages. The disturbances have claimed several lives, destroyed properties, and displaced more than 50,000 people. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony at the Interior Ministry in Accra, the minister said the committee was constituted on the directive of the National Security Council to reflect government commitment to peace, security, and social cohesion. He outlined the committee's term of reference, which include facilitating the safe and dignified return of displaced residents, assessing the scope and dynamics of the conflict, and evaluating losses and damages suffered. The committee is also tasked with promoting reconciliation and dialogue, recommending sustainable peace-building mechanisms, supporting the restoration of livelihoods, and providing actionable recommendations to strengthen local institutions. The government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama expects that you will conduct your duties with impartiality, transparency, and inclusiveness. to that, peace and trust can be rebuilt, the Interior Minister said. Muntaka further assured the committee of full logistical and secretariat support from the ministry and urged them to partner with civil society organizations, development partners and faith-based institutions in carrying out their work. He described the task as heavy but honorable, stressing that the people of Gwinyiri and surrounding communities were looking up to the committee as instruments of peace, reconciliation and healing. The mediation committee is expected to submit its recommendations within 1 month to help restore long-term peace and stability in the Savannah region. The 7-member mediation committee will be chaired by Emmanuel Habuka. In business, Professor Williams Boateng, an economist, has projected that Ghana's inflation could decline further to around 9% by the end of 2025, provided exchange rate stability is maintained. His comments follow the latest report from the Ghana Statistical Service, which revealed that headline inflation is to 11.5% in August 2025, down from 12.1% in July. This marks the 8th consecutive month of decline, bringing inflation below the government's end-of-year target of 11.9% and signaling stronger price stability. The August figure is the lowest in nearly 4 years, with month-on-month inflation showing a 1.3% drop, offering some relief to households grappling with the cost of living. Speaking on the point of view on Monday, September 8th, Boateng attributed the sustained decline to a mix of favorable economic and seasonal factors. He pointed to the cedi's appreciation earlier this year as one of the key influences. The economist also highlighted the start of the harvest season as a major driver of falling food prices. According to him, prudent fiscal management and restricted expenditure have also contributed to easing inflationary pressures, while the Bank of Ghana's cautious stance on demand-side interventions has reinforced the gains. Still on business, the Center for Environment Management and Sustainable Energy has renewed calls for the government to scrap the boost margin, arguing it has become an unnecessary burden on consumers and businesses in the country. The levy, introduced to support the bulk oil storage and transportation company Boost in maintaining storage and distribution infrastructure, has quadrupled in 5 years, rising from 0.03 per litre in 2020 to 0.12 per litre by August 2025. During that time, Boost revenue from the levy shot up from 211 million in 2020 to more than 424 million by 2023, even as critics says the funds have been poorly managed. Spending on training, seminars and conferences surged for 3 million in 2020 to 20 million in 2023, while the much publicized Afram Plains pipeline project remains incomplete, with some imported pipes declared unfit for purpose. All the same, Boost has become a profitable business, posting billions of cedis in terminal and commercial revenues. The center in a report warned that the levy has a direct impact on fuel prices and by extension on transport costs, inflation and household budgets. In a deregulated market where private players already handle 80% of storage and transport, argues the margin is redundant and gives Boost an unfair advantage. Every extra peso added to fuel prices pushes up the cost of living. The Boost margin is no longer a safety net. It is a hidden tax, the group said, calling for its immediate removal. In sports, Black Stars head coach Otuado is happy with Ghana's narrow win over Mali, though he indicated a bit of concern over missed chances from his team. Ghana beat Mali 1-0 in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier at the Accra Sports Stadium, with Alexander Jiku's improvised finish in the 49th minute 7 as the winner. The Black Stars had chances on the counter-attack to extend its lead late in the second half, but missed the opportunities, and Otuado reflected on those misses in his post-game presser. We had some chances to finish the game, counters where we maybe could have scored the second goal, but we could not take use of the advantage of these situations. We really fought war. Thanks to the defense, they gave their all and defended war. Ghana stay on top of Group 1 with 19 points from 8 games, with Madagascar in second place with 16 points. Mali's national men football team head coach Tom Sent has praised fans of the Black Stars for providing a fantastic atmosphere in the game involving Saint Mali and Ghana. Ghana beat Mali 1-0 in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification game played at the Accra Sports Stadium, with the win cementing Ghana's position as the front runner. Football fans filled out the 40,000 seating capacity stadium that was without 14,000 seats for the game against Mali due to ongoing works at a section of the stadium. Despite the reduced number, fans who gathered at the stadium provided a great atmosphere that caught the attention of the Malian head coach. Ghana take next on Central African Republic and Comoros on October 8th and 11th respectively to round up its qualification campaign. In showbiz, Councillor Lutrod has revealed that broken heart is a mental deficiency. According to him, heartbreak is not about validating emotional pain. He stressed that heartbreak has nothing to do with your emotions, but with your mindset.
Broken heart. But broken heart in the Bible ne ka nasem. And then the year who comes to see an enyepe. Once there will be a friend emotional investment. Like you have emotionally invest. Because when it comes to relationship, it's no bear margin in a small bargain.
Okay.
Or bear margin on your bar at Tihono. And yes, sir, on it now affable. Our yempo. Adwempo a mede wane me yire ne enye affable adwempo. Na me yire adwon de wane me de eye affable. E sad say oba ni swade hu say awade we nya affable. E sad say ebo mu awade. Oba me bia wadwen wa awade hu affable bia nyankopon nche no ayi afio. E sad wambo wa ma awade affable. Wo do beti ase nyanto ba say e ni de leto na.
Chirem a wo de chirem.
Ade a o pedia so ade so aye ade. Any idea ye wo dia no e free won sa ne ntiase enyepe emema ye ongoing.
Okay.
Emma is static when it comes to relationship. It sounds say bema said ya say tena edi ntro yi mu na ye mu adwuma didimu oba said ya say ye bo wo sori ye awade ntinye na oba ye enti oba agi awade tum na oba bi ogi awade tum so ode yire nso no de bia nyankopon hira no ama no ho ye fe enti obi owura odom a want ase no once they get there they feel that this is my arrival point. So immediately anything happens now all party ways are very serious.
Okay.
Now Bema only party ways and you serious and you say Bema be aye and I would die if you don't come back again. And I want to tell you I'm sorry, but if you don't come back, me, I will die. And when I die, my blood will be on your head. My blood will be on your head when I die. Bema want to say, and you see your fro, baby, and I dream we are there. And you broken heart. Broken heart.
And that is how we end it on the morning news broadcast. Do well to log on to all social media platforms at Ghana Talks Radio for more updated news stories. I am Deborah Dosso. Thank you so much for doing the listening. Do have a good morning.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, and I'm with level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abako sem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go be spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio, and yes, say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app, no, our Play Store, any App Store. No tune in, and say this is what you see. Baba live on Facebook, Cointakra, any Ghana Talks Radio page, and so now listen. I bet you fire. 1 year, Konya, Wadding, Jajan.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
It's a beautiful Tuesday morning on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show in the studios of Ghana Talks Radio. A good morning to you wherever you are listening to us and watching us from in the capital of Ghana. My name is Pakwesi Omare. Today you know how we are going about it. We have our triple threats once again, the NPP, the NDC, and one fine independent social communicator, in the person of Ivan. This morning we are going to hold one of the most important discussions making waves in the news outlets of the country right now. And so I would want you to also keep up, join us in the conversation. Let us hear from you, your suggestions, your opinions, whatever you think of whatever topics we are about to discuss. Let us hear from you and we will get interactive. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mr. Man.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's about 3 weeks or so.
Yeah. Akwetia by-elections has come to pass, and Tamale Central has come to pass. CJ's removal has come to pass.
A lot has happened.
A lot has happened since the last time. But I hope everything has been well.
Sure, by God's grace, everything has been smooth, and we are doing our best, and the rest is in the hands of the president, of which I believe so far so good.
You believe so far so good?
Yes.
Even in the removal of the CJ?
So far so good. I don't think, per what I have seen and read, and that which I have heard others also discuss, I have not seen him done anything untoward.
Okay.
I believe whatever that he has done is in consonance with the law. He has applied the law in the best of his knowledge, and by the advice also from his Council of State. I believe whatever that he has done is in conformity with the law.
Okay.
So I think if that has been a measuring tool or a yardstick, then I won't fault him. If there is any fault, then it wouldn't be that much, because per what I have seen or read, heard, I think and I believe everything has been in accordance with the law. Probably there may be something I may not be privy to, of which we are all in a space of learning. So if there is something which I have not seen or heard, and I am privy to, or I am being exposed to, then I have to also read wide. I have to also look into it, and yes, if I am if what I have said it's wrong, then I will agree to it. But so far so good, and per what I have read, and I think everything is in consonance with the law.
Okay, all right. Thank you, there, Ivan. Abaki, Baba, why are you laughing?
I'm just finding it difficult to believe if truly my brother is an independent body.
Why?
But we are entitled to our own opinions.
No, but I mean, what has he being independent or not got to do with
whatever he's saying? Not seeing problem with this removal of Chief Justice and then everything going on smoothly for him. I think well, we are entitled to our own opinions. So that's the opinion. But to us, what we have to say is that the precedent they've set is a bad one, and they should mark it anywhere. If MPP happens to come to power, even if it will take us 100 years, same thing they did will repeat itself. But so they should set that precedent.
But if we speak of precedents, I mean, then we are rather going to look at in 2017 what happened with Charlotte Osei. That is what we will rather look at as the precedents that was set for the removal of the Chief Justice.
Let me make this point briefly. We have three arms of government: the executive, we have the legislature, and that of the judiciary.
Okay.
We know the executive to be full of politicians, just a perception.
Okay.
And the legislature to are equally occupied by politicians. The judiciary is a body where all of us as Ghanaians, we rest our hopes in, because that's a body that interferes if both sides are not probably doing the right thing.
Okay.
And today, we've sent our partisanship to the judiciary, and the current government have extended their branch to the executive. You remember they told us that His Excellency Akufo-Addo was appointing so many judges, and for that matter, the current president was around lamenting and complaining. When he came, less than 6 months, what did he do? He appointed 7 judges.
Okay.
That is the same person who was complaining about the number of judges that have been sent to the Supreme Court. What did he do? So we are saying well, the president they've said is good, but when we come back to power, they should be rest assured that same will happen. That's all we can say.
Baki, let's get a little bit interactive here. Looking at the service of the former Chief Justice, do you think she was diligent in her dealings? Do you think she was accurate in her, in all fairness? Would you say she was up there with?
I have said that if anybody, right, if anybody goes contrary to the law, we should hold the person accountable.
Okay.
But this is the case. Some of the things they were saying, and even the whole document, they didn't even make it available to us. The whole document. And I learned they said it's about 10,000 pages or so.
No, how can it be 10,000?
Oh,
pages?
go.
It's not up to 10,000.
Go and check. That's what Felix Party told us. It's up to 10,000.
10,000.
And you see, the letter, the letter they wrote to sack the woman. They already wrote the letter before the committee even finished their work. So we know, because while they were in opposition, they made it categorical that if they come to power, they don't trust the current the former chief justice, and they're going to sack her. And they just went by their words. For us, we don't want to talk much about this. You are done sacking the woman. There is no problem. The precedent has been set, and that is all we can see. So let's leave it here. When we come back to power 2029, then we can revisit this conversation and then deal with it properly.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me ask this. Oh, you wanted to say something?
Okay, you finish.
Okay, no, you
finish
go.
with what you want to say.
What is required for the registration of let's say a passport? What do the passport office require to get that process done?
Your Ghana card is okay. Today you can use your Ghana card.
Okay,
to register.
But back then it was the birth certificate, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you remember that issue of the birth certificate and the passport being recognized as your identity, but the birth certificate wasn't? Like, do you remember that?
It's an identity. Birth certificate wasn't in this country.
Yeah. Oh, you don't remember?
For me, I have used my birth certificate for a lot of things.
So you don't remember any issue like that went to the Supreme Court? Oh, really?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I'm being honest.
Really? Okay, that's fine. That's fair. And the e-levy. You know, when they passed the e-levy, the issue was still in court. It was still in Parliament. So they were still debating it, which the opposition then was not in agreement with the then majority to go ahead with passing that. So they were still deliberating on that. And then the issue was taken to court. It was never attended to, but rather granted the majority then to go on to pass the e-levy.
You see, if we want to talk about issues that have been to court and the final judgment or the final hearing and everything, they equally went to court and they won some of their cases. So is that to say?
No, we are just talking about some particular cases.
So that shouldn't
which
be a justice.
raised some alarms.
That's what I'm also drawing attention to. In this country, NDC equally went to court and they won some of their cases. Atufosu was in court, true or false? So with this conversation, I've said, whether we discuss it or not, the woman has already been sacked.
Okay.
Nothing can be done again.
Okay.
So we should allow them to do what they want to. 2029, we can have this conversation, back.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. Ivan, you wanted to say something earlier on.
Yeah, it's, I am quite surprised with the tangent my brother just told. I wish he didn't, but well, if speaking the truth or saying my mind, and I am put on a political color, then I think it is good to be on a political color.
So okay, so then which political color do you want me to address you?
He has sworn me an NDC.
An NDC color. So you believe he's an NDC man?
Oh, but he has agreed to it.
Do you know?
I think they should call him so that they just give him a card, a party card.
It is not wrong at all.
Okay.
Because we are in this country.
Yeah.
where someone who contested as a parliamentary candidate for NPP, which is Justice Ernest Jau, is on the Supreme Court bench. He is a card-bearing member, of which he has not come to deny. He contested as NPP parliamentary candidate. He has not denied. We are in this country, which the former president, His Excellency, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, appointed Justice Kolendi into the Supreme Court bench. Justice Kolendi is a protege of Nana Addo. He worked in his law firm, he tutored him, he mentored Justice Kolendi. We have not complained as Justice Kolendi.
He's qualified.
Please. We have not complained that Justice Kolendi is an NPP. We have never. We are in this country where Justice Duche. I have mentioned 3. Justice Duche. He has been an NPP chairman, constituency chairman. He has not denied. This is an undisputed fact. These people are on the Supreme Court bench. Now look at the behavior of the former Chief Justice. Her demeanor and other stuff. You see, that put aside, I am not looking at it on that particular point of view. I am looking at it from the infractions that is believed that she committed. And on any given occasion, she accepted that she did something like that. She agreed to it per some of the leaked
information that has come out.
A question was posed to her, and she agreed, she affirmed to it that yes. So if per her own affirmation, they are judging her, or they have given a recommendation based on her own affirmations, and I say this publicly, and you tag me as NDC, then I am proud to be an NDC.
Okay, so now let me get this. Do you want us to, because we are on air, we can make it official for you? Officially, should we now platform you as an NDC man?
The debate is between MPP and NDC, not independent.
You see, you brought me here as an independent analyst. And I have never, on any given occasion, done anything contrary
to that.
But if he is here and he wants me to be an NDC, I will do my analysis. If it doesn't favors him, he will call me. He will call me names. But on other given days, when it favors them, then they go. Oh,
see
you too. Then the other side. You are this.
NPP.
I have no problem being tagged. But if you call me NDC
I see the voice of Professor Jampo in you.
If you call me, you should rather have seen Dr. Zato. You should rather have seen Dr. Zato, because I always follow Dr. Zato.
Really? But Dr. Zato is a card-bearing member of MPP.
But he parades himself. He parades himself as an independent.
He has always paraded himself
as an independent communicator.
Oh no, but who doesn't know Dr. Zato?
So
he has contested on the ticket of MPP before.
So
how then do you hide that?
Then let me ask you.
Say those who invited him, probably the discussion they had.
No. Let me ask you then. On TV3, sorry to mention other channel here. On TV3, which your party has boycotted, have you now resumed going back to TV3?
We have not resumed.
But so Dr. Zato,
why is Dr. Zato on daily basis representing himself?
And how is he being addressed when he's
that's what we are talking about. That's what we are talking about. He says he's an independent, but you are saying he's a card.
But we know. We all know.
Also, you know.
Yes. So that is the way.
So that is the way you know that.
No, if you want to put me in that, then I would love it. You see, because probably.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think this morning I'm very sad.
Why is that?
Yes, this morning I'm very, very sad. That's why.
Are you mourning with me because I lost my father? Or?
Yes. Oh, that reminds me. First of all, my deepest condolences to you. I think over the past week we received an information which would say it's not that pleasant.
Sure.
That you lost your beloved dad.
Yeah.
As Muslims, we always say God gives, and then He takes.
He takes, yeah.
Whatever happens, we say Alhamdulillah, and we pray God grant your dad Jannah. We know that what God has brought him to this earth to come and do, He has fulfilled it. That's why He called him. You love Him, we all love Him, but God loves him more. So be strong for us. And I know you are a strong man. I know you are a strong man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me also add to what he said. My sincere condolences to you. Just be strong for us. It hasn't been easy this past few days. I remember, is it the same day or a day after, right? We had that conversation. In fact, it's put me off gear for a while.
Wow.
But we are here to support you. We are only praying that you be strong at this trying or difficult moment, and just keep us informed as and when things unfold, so that we will be ready to give you our full support and come and mourn with you in the day that you finally lay your dad to rest.
Thank you.
But before Baki comes in, there's one thing. I think the last time I came here, we talked about it, the Pokwasi Amasaman Road. Yes.
How is that going?
When I came here, we complained, or I complained about it. Today, it's been a while I applied that road, and today, as I was coming, let me say, it is not in good shape though, but it is better than before.
Okay.
The same stretch which one will use probably about 2 hours. Today, I timed it, and it was 1 hour 18 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So there has been massive improvement, and we are encouraging the contractor that since money has been disbursed to him, he should also make sure he goes straight and start doing what is required of him. At least if one stretch of the road is open for traffic, it's fully fit for purpose, and it's open for traffic, they'll have enough time to do the other part, so that the people on both sides will also have that will find that respite that things has been in order. So we appreciate what the president has done, and with the finance minister and the road ministry, what they've done, and we are encouraging the contractor to also facilitate the process. He has given a deadline that is in the second quarter of next year, probably by June.
It should be completed.
Yes, it should be done. So we are expecting that by June of 2026, he will have finished, and we will have a motorable road. So we give applause to the president.
To the president and his entourage. All right. Yes, sir.
I think, let me share my agony with you, and the reason why
you are sad.
I said I'm very sad. I think there's something happening in this country that people are not taking or are not giving it the much needed attention, which yesterday I followed again. I was in the room and thinking about some of the things that are unfolding. And to be honest, it's very, very sad.
You know what is going on in Savannah region?
Yes, because growing up as a kid, whenever you hear the name Ghana, what comes to mind or what people say
is peace.
It's a peaceful, accommodative, and a very tolerant country whenever you hear the name Ghana. But today, I know the Ghanaian people will agree with me that when it happens, we are to seek for shelter. The only place we can run to is Mother Ghana. Somebody like me, I have no passport, I can't run anywhere. And most or majority of the Ghanaian people will equally have nowhere to go if the country is in shambles. There is an organization called the Institute of Economics and Peace, where they annually come out with the Global Peace Index. And I think in 2024, Ghana was ranked the 55th peaceful country in the whole world, and the 4th peaceful country in the sub-Saharan African countries and the first peaceful country in West Africa. But today, it has dropped drastically to 61st in the whole world, and then it has dropped from 4th to 7th. That is to tell us that the peace of this country is being toiled with. And my advice to the political class, and for this one, I'm very, very sentimental about it. The over-politicization of issues is becoming way too much. The over-politicization of issues is becoming way too much. Let's get two things at the back of our minds. We seek for political power because we want to develop the country, and after every 4 years, which the Constitution has mandated on December 7th, when we are done casting our vote and the Ghanaian people make a choice, the next priority, the pivotal thing we have to do next is to prioritize the development and the peace of this country, where governance come in. Whilst the political party that has been given the mandate to serve the Ghanaian people is putting in place a good governance, we, the opposition, the formidable opposition, we make sure we criticize constructively. That is basically the duties of political parties. But now the over-politicization of issues is becoming way too much. Today, go to my own hometown, Savannah region, and see what is happening in Sola. I am very, very sad because my uncle, President John Dramani Mahama, because we come from the same place. President John Dramani Mahama was born in Damangu, right? And then from Damangu, you are moving to Sola. Then you go to Bole. Today, Ghanaian people under the administration of President John Dramani Mahama are being classified as refugees seeking for shelter in Cote d'Ivoire and part of Burkina Faso. 48,000 people in Sola have been displaced. 13,000 as we speak now have been confirmed by the Cote d'Ivoire government that they are seeking refuge over there. And today, Ghanaian citizens are being classified, 13,000 are being classified as refugees in Cote d'Ivoire. Why? In the backyard of the president? Why is this happening? Homoho festival that we are celebrating in this country, people were gunned down, people were killed. Where are we going as a country? The insecurity in this country, the security crisis is in this country is becoming so appalling. Let's sit up. This is not about NDC. This is not about MPP. I think I would have to speak to the president in our local dialect. Probably he will get what we are talking about. President Mahama, Chandi, ambe kolofona ga. Ke yuru wushi in klegi, wone fo kanganyana. Wone kasena to kon konsafona, mano kumondi, mano kumo nambi uganare. Jandi, ambe kolofona ga. And whilst we blame or we call out the political class, let's also make sure the institutions that are in charge also do their work properly. IGP must sit up. You see, all I will say is IGP must sit up. Going after TikTokers and intimidating MPP big men would do nothing to him. There are serious security crises he has to deal with in this country. Ghanaians are refugees in somebody's country. IGP must really sit up. He cannot intimidate the MPP. Our symbol is the elephant, and everybody knows what the elephant stands for. So please and please again, I'm pleading to them. They should look at Savannah region. They should look at the insecurity in this country, and let's get it solved. The era of campaign is over. This is the era of governance, of cushioning the Ghanaian people, of making sure the Ghanaian people are okay and bringing development for the Ghanaian people. That is all we ask for. And we, the opposition party, we will stand and criticize the government constructively to make sure they're on the right path. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Baki. Ivan, how much is the dollar selling today?
I have to come. I haven't checked though.
Okay.
But I believe it will be in his 12 cities.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if Baki has it.
I don't know if
Baki, have you checked?
It's 12 cities today.
It's 12 cities.
Yes. He can provide us with that.
And you see, some few months ago, let's say probably 2-3 months ago, we saw a massive transformation between the battle of the dollar and the cedi, where the cedi came out very, very strong. Now, criticisms were manned out where people said that, look, we know what is going on. This is an artificial cushioning. This is not sustainable. And if things should get out of hand, we might not be able to catch up with the dollar anymore. And so things needs to be done. The Bank of Ghana and the Finance Ministry came to dispound these criticisms. They said these are Nehemiah's fighters. Those people, what are their names? Sambalat and Tobias, yeah, who always speak against the goodwill of something done in a country. And so they had the means to sustain it. They had the means to, take us through a very good ride of a balanced cedi equation against the dollar. And fast forward, the president also came to say that, look, when that cocoa pricing thing came, and then we realized that, okay, because the dollar has actually lost its strength against the cedi, that is what has made the cocoa prices, how much they were supposed to earn, also drop, even though the percentage was high. So the president was like, look, if we keep pushing the cedi much stronger against the dollar, these are some of the disadvantages also. It is going to affect us internally. So we are going to keep it between 10 and 12 cedis. And when it gets there, I think we have the capacity to maintain it there and all that. As a student of accounting, as a student of economics, I know the rate at which a currency should run, which keeps it in a margin that we can call it sustainable. Now, what I'm seeing right now, I'm not seeing a sustainability margin here. I am not. So what has really gone wrong now? Is it now validated by what the opposition then was saying, or some individuals were saying that this is an artificial cushioning and it's not sustainable? Or this is just what the president said, that look, we are going to keep it between 10 and 12? Because as we speak now, it is actually almost 13 cedis.
Yes.
Now, if it were supposed to be kept between 10 and 12, then it should be about around 11.50 or something. But this is 12 point something. What are we getting wrong here?
You see, PK.
Yes, sir.
With this dollar to cedi issue, there are a lot of contributing factors to it. Let me start by quoting the Christian creation story. They said on day 7, God rested. And sometimes it's very good to rest so that you can re-energize, you can restructure and come back stronger. And I would say it's good today. We, the New Patriotic Party, we are also taking our rest so that we can restructure, re-energize and come back. I remember we handing over the dollar to the NDC at 14 Ghana cedis.
14 point out.
14 point, I think 40.7 Ghana cedis. And fast forward, somewhere April, May, thereabout, we saw a reduction.
The magic began.
Yes, we saw a reduction to 10 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Whenever you ask them, what policies did you implement to cause this reduction, they attack you. You've been in government for 8 years. What did you do? And a whole lot of things. At the end, if they want to answer your question, what they tell you is good board. And also, we all know, if you are talking about good board, and then good board being the backbone of this reduction of the dollar to the cedi, then that should come from the gold reserve accumulation that the government has accumulated. And if that is the case, then the credit should come to we, the MPP, because we handed over 30 tons of gold to you. Where you added, as we speak today, you've only increased it to 36 tons. So if you're talking about gold board, or you are resting your conversation on gold board, then we should rather take the credit. We advised these people, they didn't listen. I remember even the finance minister going to parliament, sitting now picky. Ato is forcing a whole lot of lamentations, a whole lot of
jargons, and you know,
Ato is this, Aban Papa. We told them, see, this issue of CD to dollar ratio has a lot of contributing factors to that. So set up, once it's coming down, if you want to maintain it or stabilize it, make sure you look at the other factors and how we are going to stabilize the economy. Okay. Just 9 months in government, and the CD have reduced, and you are already jubilating. Already going around saying Ato is forcing. Today, Ato is nowhere to be found. We are looking for Ato. Wherever Ato is, he should kindly come out. We are seriously looking for him. Because the sad reality, PK, the sad reality is that when the dollar reduced to 10 Ghana cedis, if you ask the businessmen and the importers and exporters, they'll tell you they were crying in this country because the dollar reduced to 10 Ghana cedis online. Get what I'm saying clearly. Okay. The dollar reduced to 10 Ghana cedis online, but on reality, if they go to purchase the dollar, they sell it to them at 12 or 13 Ghana cedis from the black market. Because if you go to the banks, you will not get the dollar to purchase. In order for you to go and then do whatever business you want to do. So they were getting the dollar from the black market, and the black market was selling it to them at 12 Ghana cedis, some at an extension of 13 Ghana cedis. So at the time the dollar reduced to 10 cedis online, sad reality on grounds is that it was sold at 12 Ghana cedis. Today the question is, the dollar is 12 Ghana cedis. So let's find X. Because if the dollar was 10 cedis and we're selling at 13 Ghana cedis, today the dollar is 12 cedis. So we should find X. I think so far as my brother has agreed to step in for the NDC, you get the answer for us. So what we are saying is that if the government implement good policies, if the economy is good, if the country is in good standing, we all seek to benefit. It doesn't discriminate whether you are MPP, whether you are NDC. We all seek to benefit. So when we are talking to them and we are advising them, they should also listen, because we've been there before. We've been there before, and we've experienced some of these things before. People equally spoke to us and we didn't listen. And that is why we are here today. 4 years will catch up very soon. When Bloomberg came to praise them in April, that the best performing currency is the Ghana cedis. What didn't these people do in this country?
Ato is forcing.
What didn't they do? You see, they said, I've forgotten the proverb, but they said, if you rejoice early, you sometimes end up failing. If you rejoice early, the beginning doesn't matter. My dad will always tell you, the beginning of whatever decision you take or whatever you want to execute doesn't matter. What matters is the ending, the end part, the results. Today, what is the results? What are we seeing today? When Bloomberg came to praise you for that one, Bloomberg is credible, Bloomberg is good. Today, the same Bloomberg is telling us that the worst performing currency in the whole country is the Ghana cedi. And they've turned around to say, oh, Bloomberg is not credible. Oh, don't mind Bloomberg. Bloomberg didn't say that. To the extent the whole minister, Honorable Suini, sit on TV and say Bloomberg didn't say the cedi is the worst performing currency. They should bear in mind that the country we live in today is a country of intellectuals. It's a country where people today fact check whatever we say here. Okay. So if you come and sit here and peddle falsehood, bear it in mind that those listening will fact check you. Okay. And today everybody has read the report from Bloomberg. And Ghana is the worst performing currency in the whole world.
Okay.
Fitch Solutions have also predicted that by the end of this year, if we are not even careful, we'll trespass 15 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Why we are not praying to get there?
Wow.
Because if a dollar is being sold at 15 Ghana cedis, then where are we going as a country? Where are we going as a country?
Okay.
Because two people seek to benefit.
Yeah.
When the dollar increases or it reduces, two people seek to benefit.
Okay.
And then when the cedi appreciates against the dollar, the businessmen in the country and our economy sometimes even benefit a lot, because if the cedi is appreciating, the goods we are going to purchase, definitely there will be a reduction in it.
Okay.
And then we should also bear in mind, one of the saddest things that always kills me as a young man growing up is that our country is over dependent on most of the things we use in this country. The electric appliances, to the extent of even matches. Matches we own, just matches, we import it into this country. And if you check the Bloomberg report, it categorically emphasizes on the fact that because we are getting to Christmas, very soon we're getting to the Christmas season, and people are importing a whole lot of items in the country. It's also a major contributing factor into this cedi depreciating again.
Okay.
So why don't we focus at least, if for nothing at all, 50% of the things we use in this country be manufactured here?
Okay.
What sort of education system are we practicing in this country? For that, I myself, I have a problem with it. And that is why I will always commend His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the Education Minister for some of the pragmatic steps they took to empower the TVET sector, to bring about the STEM, to bring about the B STEM that we couldn't execute before we left office, but funding has been secured. I pray and then urge the president to make sure those monies are being invested in this B STEM, so that at least from the base we can teach the young ones how to manufacture some of these petty things. Well, we don't need to go and then be importing matches and a whole lot of some funny items we import in this country. At least if it's 50-50, it is going to help our economy. But we are overly dependent on most of the things we purchase in this country, and that is one of the contributing factors to this cedi depreciation. So I'll leave it here, but tell them they shouldn't be rejoicing so early.
Okay. Thank you there, Baki. Ivan.
Mr. Murray.
Yes, sir.
Do you know, I agree with Baki on some of the points that he raised, that it's in relation to we being over dependent on.
Are you trying to come to MPP?
Baki, why are you on Ivan today?
we being over dependent on some of the things we import into this country, and other stuff. And I also agree to the fact that the point we've got into, the year or the month we've got into the quarter, a lot of businessmen are importing, so it has led to the surge of the cedi, where it has started depreciating a lot against the major currencies in the world. For that, I do agree. Now, do you know, in every country, the exchange rate, if it is volatile or stable, it is a major determinant to the economy of every country. In the sense that when you have a stable exchange rate, you are able to plan. It gives your people the opportunity to plan, and and know how to adjust certain things so that it will be more beneficial to the economy and the people who are also participating in it. However, if this same exchange rate is volatile, it is not stable, it always, the businessman, since his interest is in getting more interest, it also makes them unable to plan. Thereby, it increase their profit margins. So they will always try to go ahead of time, increase their the cost of goods and services, the profit margins and other things. So it brings a lot of hardship into the system. Now, based on all this, we know that in whatever that we do, we basically use money. So it brings to mind the theory of money. We have two theories, where one is the commodity theory and one is the credit or the claims theory.
Okay.
But every country, mostly, we are much dependent on the commodity theory, where we believe that the value of commodities it's in money.
Okay.
So how a commodity fares is much dependent on the money available in the system. So one would say scarcity enhances the value of anything that we can possess.
Okay.
So when
something is scarce, it gains value.
Exactly.
Wow.
So based on this, we can predict that intentionally, for us for the dollar or for the cedi to gain value, the Bank of Ghana can intentionally make it scarce in the system.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you think that is what is going on now?
You see, when the price of dollar began to depreciate, it was some factors, some mitigating factors that the Bank of Ghana injected into the system. And it got to a time when President Mahama came out to make that point that when the dollar, when the cedi appreciates more and the dollar keeps on depreciating, it will hurt our economy. Not later than then the Bank of Ghana came out to say, we have stopped injecting whatever that we were doing to support the economy, where the cedi was appreciating. We have stopped it. It was during that particular period that we saw that the cedi has also started depreciating against the dollar. So it means that whatever that was happening, the Bank of Ghana was doing something in support, so that the cedi will be appreciating against the major trading currencies such as the dollar.
Ivan, I understand and appreciate this particular theory you just gave. Brilliant. But then this also proves that the Ghanaian businessman or woman, the Ghanaian market, is going to be at the suffering end of it. Because, and this is why I'm saying this, when the dollar was when the cedi was strengthened, the things I bought and how I priced it, now I have stock, I've priced it this way. Now the dollar is gaining strength against the cedi. I keep continue selling it that way. When I go to the market to buy, I am buying at a loss because of how I priced it, based on the assurance I had from the strength of the cedi then. If the Bank of Ghana keep playing these games, it is going to hurt the Ghanaian businessman.
Do you know why I agree to the assertion that the Bank of Ghana should also halt whatever
the influx of the cedi into the economy
that they injected into the economy? Because the point that we've gotten to, it is we are at the point where now businessmen have started importing a lot for stock, so that they can stock a lot for the Christmas festivity.
Okay.
So if at this particular point that we've gotten to, if they keep on doing that, and the businessmen keep on importing more, now they will need a lot of the dollar to import more into the country. Now the more that they are injecting or they are subsidizing, let me say subsidizing, and the businessman is also trading to that extent, it means we as a country, we are losing. The reason why we are losing is after we've the businessman has finished or have done a lot of importation. Now it will get to a time. It will get to a time that the Bank of Ghana will also seize whatever they are doing, and it will start increasing the dollar rate. Now when they start doing that, what will we see? We will rather be seeing that the dollar will start appreciating drastically.
Okay.
And now when it start appreciating, who now benefits? It is the businessman who benefits. Okay. Now the country will be running at a loss because at this particular point in time, they have finished with all their imports.
Okay.
They have now stabilized. Now if you increase, now when the dollar start increasing, they will also start increasing their prices. But at the point that they were importing, probably the dollar would have been 12 cedis.
Okay.
But now probably the dollar is around 15 cedis. So they have to increase now their prices. After December, when we get to February, where there is no much import, you see that the dollar will start decreasing. So that is what I saw when we got to February. March thereabout, that is when we started seeing the decrease in the dollar rate. Okay. Now when the dollar started decreasing, that is where the Bank of Ghana, the finance minister, started also injecting certain things into the economy, and they started taking credit for whatever that is happening. When they stopped and now it started increasing, we have now seen that what is happening. We have now seen that the dollar has increased.
Okay.
The people are now exchanging it at a higher rate. Let's come back to what I was first also talking about. Okay. Now, when we get to this particular point, the dollar as it keeps on increasing, the cedi as it keeps on depreciating, it is not depreciating only against the dollar, but it is depreciating against the major currencies. Baki made a point that there was one Bloomberg report which states that the cedi is the worst performing. I have read the report, and I did not read Bloomberg saying the cedi is the worst depreciating currency.
What did the report say?
The report stated that the cedi has since is it April, the cedi has depreciated over 13%. It never said it is the worst performing.
Let me get that.
However, if we are also making a comparison, the same Bloomberg report also stated that the naira has, at that same period, has depreciated about 26%. So if we are talking about the worst performing currency, comparing the cedi and the dollar and the naira, which one would have been the worst? Okay. But let's put that one aside. Now let's come back to year on year increment of the dollar rate. When you compare where the NPP left it, which is the 14.7, that was in January, and we are making that same comparison. I tried looking at it from 2019 year on year. Let me rather rush to somewhere August. In August, that was in August 2019, the dollar was 5 cedis, 28 pesos. In 2020, it was 5 cedi, 68 pesos. 2021, it was 5 cedi, 85 pesos. In 2022, the dollar was 8 cedis, 23 pesos. In 2023, the dollar was 11 cedis, 01 pesos. I am referring it only to August.
So you are doing it year basis.
Okay. Year on year. Then in 2024, as in August, the dollar was 15 cedis, 18 pesos, or 15 cedis, 18,1899 pesos.
Okay,
So let's say
15,
18. Now, in that same year-on-year comparison, as at August, that was this year,
August
2025, the dollar is 11 cedis, 4 pesos. So let's ask ourselves if there is something right or something wrong. I believe the NPP did their best, and looking at it currently, if all things being equal, and by that same tangent, the NDC move on that same tangent, I believe the CD will keep on performing better and better as compared to the previous years where the NPP was in power. Now, what has caused all these things? We would say this surge in the CD depreciation is as a result of we not domestically producing
much more of our
exactly
product.
We are in this country where basic things such as even toothpick, like Baki said, is imported into this country. We produce virtually nothing. So everything that we need to exchange dollar to go and buy. And when we keep on doing that, what happens? Our city will keep on depreciating because we need a lot of dollar to move to the capital market, to move to the trading market, to go and purchase for our people. Now, when we keep on doing that, what happens? We will keep on seeing the depreciating of the Ghana city. What is the way forward? Now, the government should rather assist our industries. We should move into industrialization, where the 1D, 1F, which was started by the elsewhere administration, the government should focus on such. We should assist a lot of our industries so that they will start producing or manufacturing goods locally. We should also move into state-owned enterprises. The government should look at where there are certain things where the government should focus on. If we keep on importing a lot of sugar, then the Commander sugar factory should be revamped. If we keep on importing a lot of shoes, then the shoe factory should be revamped. If there are things that we keep on importing which leads to the depreciating of our city, the government, if not a private-public partnership, the government can look into it, and the government should produce such so that at least the monies that we'll be using to import rice into this country, we can produce the rice in Ghana. The Avetime rice factory, we should go the Petra rice also, Abna rice and co. We can produce them in Ghana. Let's start producing. And when we start producing it, we should encourage our people. We should stop buying some foreign brands. When we keep on doing that, that is where we would be experiencing a lot of price hikes. And now when it gets to that extent, it means we need a lot of Ghana cedis to exchange the dollar so that we will purchase such goods.
All right, thank you there, Ivan. Brahma, welcome.
Thank you.
So yes, your government some few months ago, you were boasting about how the cedi not pick against the dollar, and in the past few weeks we've seen the dollar retaliating in some massive blows that we've never even seen before. What is going on? Sitting a jai peki and a 2 jai force and then
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I want to say good morning to my fellow panelists and good morning to our listeners. And apologies for being late as well. I think it is right that we put matters in perspective, and that the exchange rate, like my brother said, it has always been about demand and supply. and the demand for dollar is always constant, where that means that every time there will always be demand for the dollar. Okay. And it's unfortunate our part of the country, it has become a normal thing, where even when government tries to step in, there are issues that we still face with. And rightly so, when we came in, we made the dollar at 14 Ghana cedis, 82 thereabouts. And now, with how things are going, we are seeing that the efforts the government has put in, we need to put in more effort in terms of even the artificial intervention, where the Bank of Ghana, through the finance minister, will be able to inject some dollars into the system so that we will stabilize our exchange rate. One thing that is for sure is that the Ghanaian people know that the city that the exchange rate we came to meet, that is not where it is as at now. Okay. And we are still having assurance from the Bank of Ghana that there will be some interventions where make sure that we stabilize the city. It's normal, especially going into this festive season, this festive period. There will be a lot of pressure on the city in terms of the demand for the dollar to be able to import goods into this country and celebrate during our festive season. So ordinarily, one would have expected that this kind of surge would happen. And any other person that is in the world of economics and one would tell you that yes, this is expected, but I don't know, the government will always try to intervene. It is rather unfortunate that we have played politics with it. I can still remember Dennis Miracle, Abuaji Dems, all of them used to say that Ghana is an import-driven country when you used to be interview them during their time. And so for that matter, it's not news that the dollar was hiking during their time and all that. But I don't know, there are some interventions that government can put on. Some of the interventions that they tried during their era was the factories that they tried to initiate that couldn't, be successful. Their goal for oil, what do you call it, initiative, that was successful. So when the NDC also came into power, you have to look at some of the things that you have to put in to be able to make sure that businessmen, you see, when the dollar was even kind of appreciating, some of them were even saying that it's going to affect their businesses in the sense that maybe the profit that they'll be getting, they'll no longer be getting it. And when you look at in terms of exchanging, when they had goods already, we're asking them to reduce their prices already, because if someone went to buy an item which cost at that time, the exchange was 14 Ghana cedis, and it came to 10 Ghana cedis, essentially reduced. Meanwhile, the goods that you bought at 14 Ghana cedis at that time will always be there, or it is there already. So in as much as we are looking at it, but it's unfortunate that we have played politics with it, and this time it's catching up with both sides, because I don't think the MPP has any moral right to come and criticize us for anything. And it's unfortunate that the Ghanaian people are the ones who are going to, take this bed, and once we do the politics as usual. But anyway, the good people of Ghana know that His Excellency John Dramani, the NDC, we're going to make sure that, we're going to put in some measures in terms of, the Bank of Ghana intervention. We're able to look at even gold board as well, because one of the major resources that we should have made use as a country, even at now, should have been the gold, where we sell our gold to our foreigners. So in the past, we see that they'll come and buy the gold in terms of in the dollar denomination, where they could buy it in cedis. So this time around, one thing that the gold board is doing is that we are going to reduce pressure on the demand for the dollar instead of for the demand to rather come to the city, where we are able to sell our gold in cities. So anyone who is coming to purchase our gold, you are purchasing our gold in cities, so that we will have our revenue and our resources within this country, so that we will no longer be purchasing our gold in dollars. So at the end of the day, these are some of the things that the government is putting in place. The gold board initiative. We are looking at also making sure that the government also cut its expenditure, because I don't know, if government keeps spending, we will need this kind of foreign currency, especially the dollar, in terms of running the affairs of this country. Even we still have some debt to pay, debt servicing programs, and debt financing are all included. So all of these things make sure that puts the demand for this our foreign currency on high rate, and normally it catch up with us, and we have this kind of depreciating. Also going forward, we are looking at a situation where the government will be able to bring in, just like my brother said, some industrialization, some making sure that we produce so many things in this our country, so that people patronize what we eat and what we grow. It's unfortunate that from the colonial era up till now, we have developed that kind of taste for foreign goods and services. And we can't blame Ghanaians solely, because some of the things, when you look at the quality of products that they import as compared to the quality of products that we have in this country, it's unfortunate. An example is even this, our local rice that we even make, and you compare it to this perfume rice. Ordinarily, even as SHS cry, when they give us local made, you would prefer the perfume one. So it's high time we all collectively looked at it, that this is a time where we have to come to a point where no, we are saying no to these kind of foreign goods.
Then the
if
local
we have to
ones, we need to brand it well.
Exactly. If we have to ban the importation of rice at a certain limit, at a certain period, seasonal or whatnot, the government needs to put these kind of situations in place. For example, I think His Excellency John Dramani Mahama placed a ban on some plastics. I don't know the kind of plastics that was banned. Exactly. So these are the initiatives we need to do, so that we prevent these kind of excess demand for the foreign currency. But the politics of it, we leave it at that. I don't know they would like to capitalize on it to come and get, but I don't know when it's going on well, they like to also take credit of it, because you can vividly remember as we were talking about our Go Boy initiative and effective leadership, in making sure that the CD to dollar ratio was a bit stable, because it has been stable for a while. The businessman, one thing is that the Ghanaian businessman is not really bothered about the increase of the dollar, because they are making profit-making people. But what they are concerned about is about the stability. Such that they know that when I'm going to into the market, the cedi to dollar is at 11 Ghana cedis. Ebeko or maybe at 12 cedis. So when they're doing their budgeting and whatnot, it is within this range. Unlike during the MPP's era, where it was continuously rising. Tomorrow they'll go, it is 12 cedis, tomorrow it will go 13 Ghana cedis, and it was that unstable. So these are the kind of things that they are looking at, where at least right now everyone knows that it is within 11 Ghana cedis. So wherever I'm going, I'm budgeting within my 11 Ghana cedis and 12 Ghana cedis. And it's excellent John Dramani Mahama. Even the time where the cedi to dollar was, there was some appreciation. He spoke about making sure that we sustain it within this kind of range from 10 Ghana cedis to 12 Ghana cedis, so that at least the businessman knows that when I'm going into the market, this is the range where I am putting it. Unfortunately, during their time, prior to 2016 elections, they decided to do politics with it. At the time where the city, was going for $1 at 4 Ghana cedis, they told us that they could do better, they could bring it to 1 Ghana cedis. And when they came in, these are the things that we did politics with. Even when you look at petroleum products, there are certain things that are even beyond the government's control. In terms of regulating the price of oil and whatnot, most of the things that determine the price are external forces. Some of the measures that this government can put is by providing some subsidies, or trying to make sure that if we are purchasing the oil, if they have to inject something, so that there will not be demand for the foreign currency. But it's unfortunate we've gotten here. But I have the firm belief that it's excellent John Dramani and NDC. Going forward, we are going to make sure that there's some stabilization, so that the businessman will not go. 30th of August, it was around 11, or was it 10 Ghana cedis? Now it's around 11 Ghana cedis. That means that at least it will affect. You haven't checked it. You haven't checked. No, I'm referring to 30th August coming right now. It was yes. But now it's
we can let him learn.
That's the point I'm making. But at least, at the end of the day, it wasn't where you left it. Let's not go there. That argument. You do not have, as an MPP member, you do not have that morality to look into the face of a Ghanaian and tell him that the dollar is 12 Ghana, so you deserve. I don't understand. So what are you trying to say? So 2020 they should vote for MPP because of that. No, you have let a huge mess in this country. That's what I'm saying. As 2028, they should give you the mandate. Is that what you are saying? No, your campaign message is that today the dollar is 12 Ghana cedis, so MPP deserves better. Would that be your campaign message? Well, go that tangent and you go and meet the people. They will tell you where you left it. The business people, see, you have left a mess in this country. That we have come 8 months down, we are not even up to a year, that we are trying to put in certain things. Today, who would have thought that today we'll have 60 ministers governing this country? Who would have thought that there was a time where, transportation fares will come down this country? Who would have thought that today...
expenditure?
I'm telling you, that's what I'm telling you, we have cut down expenditure, 60 ministers. Who would have thought? So these are the kind of effective leadership we are putting in place. The cost we would have been spending on these kind of ministers. You had over 120 ministers in this country. You had about 1,000 presidential staffers. All of them, I doubt many of them were even chopping cities in this country. All of them contributed to the mess you left us. So when we are talking about these kind of things, you should rather humble yourself, stay in your lane, and let us govern this country well. I don't have a problem. You may go to do your campaign, but at the end of the day, should you use this, exchange rate conversation as a point to say that the government is not doing well? Well, that's your case. case. But then the people will judge that where you left it is not where we are. We are right now.
Okay.
So I don't the people of Ghana know that the trust they have given us more than 2/3 in Parliament. I wonder if it were doing the NPP, what they would have done with this 2/3. But God being so good, it is in the hands of His Excellent John Dramani Mahama, and the people trust that we are going to use these numbers in Parliament to be able to effectively implement policy. See, we are rolling out what do you call it, 1 million coders program. We are rolling out youth in mining. We are rolling out making sure that every youth in this country be able to get job opportunities. We are doing what do you call it. These come out of community. The police assistant recruitment, and so all exactly. So all of these things are what are going to help our people. So that at the end of the day, within this country, we are able to make good use of everything that is in this country. When people get jobs, when people contribute their quota to the country, you're able to provide this kind of in terms of tax revenue generation. Because you see, when you look at this country, these are some of the things that come in. If you want to make sure that you develop this country, if you want money, when we've come to meet debt. Every sector you go, there is debt. So at the end of the day, when you're looking at even going forward as a country and making sure that you even get money to be able to develop this country, you are stuck with some of these challenges. So at the end of the day, when it comes to the conversation of the city to dollar ratio, people are looking for quality goods. People are looking for certain things that ordinarily will not find here. But if we are internally, we're able to get revenue from this country, we're able to use the revenue judiciously and making sure that we have many things in this country and people are comfortable with it, we will not be having this kind of conversation. But well, I don't really, like I said, the politics, it will go on, but then the reality will always catch up with us.
Okay, thank you there, gentlemen, for your kind and intellectual submissions.
Begin about us. Some 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. 2 minutes is okay.
2 minutes. It's 9:35, so
yes, there's 2 minutes. 1 minute is even okay.
Okay.
You can see how my brother was very emotional in his delivery.
Oh.
And I feel for you. Just 9 months, and you're already emotional. You are already finding it difficult to even defend your government. He sat here and said the dollar is at 11 Ghana cedis. Please take your phone and check it properly. The dollar is hitting 13 Ghana cedis. And you sat here. Relax. You sat here.
It's true.
You sat here. Let me make my point. You sat here and said the president said he's going to sustain the dollar between 10 cedis to 12 Ghana cedis. Probably my brother has forgotten less than or greater than. Is greater than 10, less than or equal to 12. And go and check the dollar rate and see if it's within that ranges. Meaning the president has failed us. Today the dollar is hitting 12 Ghana cedis. And you are seated here to justify what? When it reduced to 10 Ghana cedis, what didn't you people do in this country? Didn't you say Atu was forcing? Didn't you say Aban Papaba? Didn't you say a wicked government was in power? And you see, I've told you that I have problems with people who call themselves neutrals. If you tell me you are impartial, I'm always okay with you. But if you tell me you are neutral, I always have a problem because there's nobody, I don't believe there's anybody that's neutral. Okay. My brother sat here and said Bloomberg never said Ghana is the worst performing country in terms of currency. Okay. This is the Bloomberg report. And what is he saying? It says the biggest losers against the dollar. And it goes ahead to say Ghana's cedi is the world's worst performing in the third quarter. So what is my brother talking about? Go back and read the report properly before you come and sit here and try to peddle for through to people. This is the fact. So you don't sit here and lie whilst I'm seated here. No, for that one I will not allow. Right. So I want to clarify that.
Okay.
Yes, you can have a look at it. Read the report properly.
All right. Thank you there, Baki, for the clarification.
Yes, let's move on.
Ivan, anything you would want to say about this?
You see, Mr. Mary?
Yes, sir.
Well, let me say the dollar per BOG exchange rate, daily exchange rate.
Yeah.
As at an hour ago published, the dollar is 12 cedis 04. The dollar is buying at 12 cedis 04 pesos and is selling at 12 cedis 05 pesos. So that is the BOG exchange rate as we are speaking. It is not at 12 cedi 80 something or 30 cedis. No. And as I said, per the same Bloomberg report, the Bloomberg report stated that Nigeria Naira has depreciated by over 26 percentage points, whilst the Ghana cedi has depreciated by 13 percentage points. So let's ask ourselves, if we are only doing comparison on country to country analysis comparison on the depreciation of the currency as compared to
brother contradicting himself.
As compared to,
is Nigeria not a country that can be classified under the world?
As compared to the major trading currency, then it simply means the Nigeria Naira has depreciated more.
Worse than ours, okay.
But
that doesn't justify the fact.
I haven't.
Okay.
I
okay,
said,
you want to clarify
yes,
or emphasize that Ghana cedis is not the worst performer.
In my earlier presentation, I made it clear that the cedi has depreciated over 13%, of which we are all concerned about it. But we can't base on that to say it is the worst performing currency.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you, there, gentlemen. Moving on. This is going to be our last topic for discussion, but let's do some few touches on that. ECG has proposed an increase of 225% in their distribution service charges. First of all, what is distribution service charge? What is it? Brahma, do you have any idea of what distribution service charge is?
No, in terms of this ECG conversation, these distributors, I mean, these are just their service delivery that they do in terms of being able to distribute the power that they get from the IPPs, that's the independent power producers, Gridco, and the rest, and Netco and the rest. But I don't know, it all boils down to the mess that we find ourselves in. When you go way back, as of 2015, the energy sector debt, it was around 2.2 billion Ghana cedis. In 2023, it rose to 29.4 billion Ghana cedis. When you come to even just, 2024 here, the debt was 80 billion Ghana cedis in 2024, with ECG alone only, owes about 60 billion Ghana cedis. Now, you ask yourself, how come? Because it's not as if you are, as an ECG, as a state company, you do something so much that you are not able to collect your revenue, you are not able to, there's leakage in the system, you are mismanaging the sector. You understand the point I'm making? So at the end of the day, these are some of the things, because even Asogli plant, even during MPP's era, they wanted to shut it down. As a result of debt that they owe them. I think Asogli plant, they owe them around 8th October 2023, $259 million. As a result of that, they wanted to shut down. So these are some of the things that we need to, as a country, nationalistically, we have to look at it. Because if we keep the politics game, because if I come, there's no way I'm going to say that we never left energy sector debt for NPP.
Okay.
They came in and also met the same thing. Okay. Even before we left, we put in some interventions. We brought in the car power ship day. We brought in the Ameri deal. They went to even bring, all right now, I don't even know the megawatts they've added to our national grid in terms of electricity. But I don't know, they also tried to bring in power distribution services, that's PDS, and it became a scandal. And they also bolted with $190 million away. So today, I don't know why the presidency has not even, initiated some investigations to look into it, but I'm sure that Aura will catch up with them. Those who, decided to spend those kind of monies. So I don't know, you see that we are trying as a nation to be able to make sure that we look at these things nationalistically, because if we continue the politics game, I don't think they will not be able to get away with it. Okay. This proposed increment, I'm sure that I don't know, will have to look at a way of accountability, because if people who are being brought to manage these state institutions, you remember Afenyo Maki was, I think he was a board chairman of the ECG as well. He also came to Parliament complaining about these things, because it is our own people. We had even some kind of, wires that were being stolen. We had those brouhaha and all that. So at the end of the day, we have to look at it in such a way that this kind of proposed increment, I know, is going to affect us, the ordinary people. And the public, Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, has to come in to make sure that these kind of things regulate the kind of price. It's a proposal right now. So to look at the percentage increase, the burden to bring onto the ordinary Ghanaian. But all the time, ECG is owing, and government has always come in to help them with those kind of debt that they owe and whatnot. Because yours is to, when I look at some of the reasons why they say they want to increase, they want to replace some 3 million meters nationwide. They want to make sure that they improve on their infrastructure. So I don't think all this is going to be,
burdened on
the ordinary Ghanaian. So we as a nation, we as a people have to look at it in such a way that what is the core cause of it? It's about mismanagement, it's about lack of leadership, so that any government that comes into power, we're able to appoint good people who know the work, where we will no longer have leakages in the system, where we will no longer have embezzlement and mismanagement. Because you can't tell me that you are just a supplier, you are just a distributor of the service. You go to the independent power producer, they give you power to just come and distribute. And then they go and get them their money. It becomes a problem. Yes, it also boils down to we, the ordinary Ghanaian, who also have a responsibility. There are people doing illegal connection. You are enjoying light, you don't want to pay. There are people whose meters, have fault, they've left it that way. But it is the responsibility of the state institutions to make sure that once you are going in, you make sure they're able to collect all these things. Because I don't know if government comes to be bailing you out all the time. What's your use right now? Because you as ECG, even the government here, the Minister of Energy, Honorable John Jenapol, even spoke about a kind of privatization of the ECG sector. During their time, the NPP time, they tried to do something like that. Then there were criticism about a takeover of the ECG. The workers were protesting. But if you're not doing your work well, what's the best way to do it? It's about, taking over from you, such that people in the private sector, the privatization of it, sometimes looks better. Because even if I own my private school, how I'm going to take care of it is different from how I own my public, how I treat the public property. So going forward, we have to look at these things, and the politics of it will come in where people feel, oh, the government is rather the one imposing these things on them. No, we have to look at the fact that this is an issue, a canker that has been there. They cannot clean their hands because they've left out this kind of energy sector debt up till now. What were they doing? Why weren't they paying some of the independent power producers? We came in and we even had to, we had fuel issues where the minister even came to tell us about how we are lacking fuel and how we are going to shut down and whatnot. But due to government's intervention and all that, we are able to see, even as a result of this kind of energy sector, there's even this kind of proposal for this D-levy. So we're able to cover the debts that we owe within the 8 years. I'm not sure they'll be happy if His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC come in and we leave this at a time where they may come to power and they also come and meet, and it's going to be a cycle. So I don't know, this kind of conversation, these kind of things, for me, I try to approach in that kind of nationalistic way, so that we see together that it is a problem that we are all guilty, both sides. For whatever reason why we wait for ECG, state company as it is, or state institution, where we put in people who are not able to manage this sector well, it is very, very bad. And going forward, we have to look at it that way.
Maki, let me ask this. I'm coming. I want you to answer it from this angle. When the NDC was leaving power in 2017, they left money in a particular account called ESLA. Remember? Okay. Aside ESLA, the debt in the energy sector, how much was it then? When NDC was leaving power in 2017, how much was the debt then? Do you realize it wasn't even up to 30 million? Okay, it wasn't. I don't want to mention the figure because I know where we are heading to. Now, when you look at from 2017 to 2025, or yes, 2025, when we left power, you have collected more than 60 billion in revenue from ECG, from our energy. Yes, so you were owing 80 billion. How does the mass mathematics here?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think in the very beginning of my statement, when I was speaking to the political class, I made a statement also to the institutions that are supposed to make sure these things are in proper checks.
Okay.
Because if you if you observe one thing, mostly we tend to blame the politicians too much. There are certain things sometimes are not even the fault of politicians, but we tend to politicize this, and then people who are supposed to be held accountable go scot-free. That is why today. Okay.
Do you know why that happens?
Yes.
Because you see the head of ECG. Every time, all these CEOs, they are appointed by political parties. That's why so it automatically becomes politicized. Oh, say NDC Mersukra or Monipa way was not a Montisi. NPP way by and basic or NPP way was so crowd no NDC best say on way by and abesa. Automatically it just tends to that conversation.
Yes. But my problem or the point I'm making is that if there is an issue which boils down on a particular institution, let's hold them accountable. I think it's about time we pay attention to that thing. You see, today they are in power. He's quoting what Dennis Miracles used to say, because that was the reality. I remember there was a time Dennis Miracle and my brother Malek were on TV debating about this same ECG, where Dennis Miracle was making some of these points. That, you know what, let's hold these people accountable. Some of them cannot be there looting money and going scot-free. And not only ECG. If you follow the Parliament Public Accounts Committee, there are a whole lot of cankers going on in our institutions, in our agencies.
The education system.
But when it just come out, what we do quickly is, let's politicize this. Let's say MPP, let's say NDC. And that is what has brought us here today. Because today, ECG is telling us that they want to increase their distribution service to 225%. Why? Meanwhile, in September 2022 to 2024, they increased it by only 11 let me get the figure right. Only 11.71%. So why this outrageous percentage? And you see, this percentage will go a long way to affect the Ghanaian people. The Ghanaian people are those who are going to suffer it. Because today, majority of the Ghanaian people, the 32 million population, majority of us, if not all of us, majority of us enjoy electricity. And for that matter, it's going to affect the majority of the Ghanaian people today. I heard them talking about the petroleum levy, which we popularly classified as a D levy, where they were to implement it to get revenue to service some of these debts. They made it categorical. If you read the report, to service some of these debts. So where from this outrageous percentage? Yes, probably if you think the debt is way too much, and for that matter, you need to increase your percentage. But 225%. When I saw it, I was like, no, this cannot be. Maybe they are trying to test the conscience of the Ghanaian people, because you can't bring this and tell us we should increase this. Because see, when they are to increase this is the impact it's going to have on the Ghanaian people. If you purchase 10 kilowatt of electricity under MPP, you used to buy it at 1.9 Ghana cedis. So if they pass this 225%, the price is going to balloon to 6 cedis, 6.1 Ghana cedis, meaning a difference of 4.2 Ghana cedis. Why? From 1 Ghana cedis to 6 cedis. Why? A difference of 4 Ghana cedis. So meaning, if somebody is buying 500 kilowatt, which in the XY regime is bound to pay 95 Ghana cedis, today we'll be paying 305 Ghana cedis for the same kilowatt of electricity you are enjoying.
That's too much.
A difference of 210 Ghana cedis.
That's too much.
Calculated by 32 million Ghanaian people. See, they have to take us serious, because you've introduced petroleum tax.
Which it has not been, implemented yet.
It was passed in Parliament on June 3rd.
But it has not been implemented.
Relax, let me make my point.
Okay.
Pick your phone.
I think it has not been implemented.
Pick your phone. You see, these people, they come and sit here, they don't do their research properly, and they want to peddle force into the Ghanaian people. Whilst we are seated here, and I will repeat it times to that number. If I'm seated here, you will not lie to the Ghanaian people. Pick your phone and Google it. On June 3rd, it was passed in Parliament. And they wanted to implement it on June. Let me get it right for you. Don't worry. I came because of you.
On our time is up.
On June 16th, relax. On June 16th, they suspended it.
Okay.
And then it kickstarted. They implemented it on July 16th.
Okay.
Go and check. Today, petroleum probably maybe is not buying fuel, so he doesn't know. It has been implemented. Pick your phone. We are live. Pick your phone and Google it. My integrity on the line. So you don't sit here and lie to the people.
Okay.
D-levy has been implemented and has been passed.
Okay.
And today, Ghanaians are being charged for D-levy. If we are buying a liter of fuel for 10 Ghana cedis, that is to say that if you are buying 5 liters, right, which will cost 50 Ghana cedis, you are paying 5 Ghana cedis. So if you are buying 10 liters, which will cost 100 Ghana cedis, you are paying 10 Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, you complained about e-levy. E-levy that if you are sending 100 Ghana cedis, you are being charged 1 Ghana cedis. And today we are buying fuel for 100 Ghana cedis, and we are paying 10 Ghana cedis. And you call us a wicked government that do not care about the people. So be it. The people will judge.
Okay.
The people will surely judge.
All right. Thank you. Ivan. Ivan, you are doing the last bit for us before we.
Okay, so Mr. Murray, we all agree that ECG is a state-owned agency enterprise, and their core mandate is to make sure power is available to every customer in his or her household. Now let's ask ourselves: have they been able to achieve their mandate? Basically, it has been a dilly-dallying affair. At a point in time they have, at a point in time they have not been. And what has been the major determinant or the cause of such? It's because of probably power theft. It is because of they have an obsolete equipment, and it might also be because of their production losses and so on. Now let's ask ourselves, if this has all been the case, what has happened? I believe the reason for all this might be that they don't have enough funds for procuring of new equipment, so that they will get the modern equipment to make sure they distribute our electricity to every household. Okay. So I think if they are asking for increment, it will be in order. But considering the amount that the percentage that they are asking, that is quite outrageous. And I don't think they should take us for granted as such. And PURC should also
they should step in,
have it at the back of their mind that they are whatever work that they are doing, it is in the interest of Ghanaians. In as much as that they are there to cushion and make sure they streamline things, they should also have it at the back of their mind that they are servicing the Ghanaians, and so whatever that they do should be in the interest of Ghana. But that doesn't also give our brothers in NPP the opportunity to also take advantage of the situation. Listen, Baki here was saying a whole lot of things. In 2022, May 2022, NPP increased electricity tariff by 148%.
Okay.
I think my brother did not read that. He is only interested in
where is David in 2017?
Our last word.
Our last word. No.
But he's closing the show.
No, you see, I am daring him. He should also put his integrity on the line and we should go and read on that and come and prove us wrong over here. No.
That's fine.
Let me continue. You see, if it is not in his interest,
then close it.
So let's also come to the realization that if what they did previously, we spoke against it and we think it was outrageous, then currently whatever that they are demanding, it's also outrageous. We are not in agreement to that. Sure. PURC should step in because we know that there is an automatic price adjustment which comes every quarterly. So if every quarterly they have that opportunity. They shouldn't also use this to increase it astronomically. Now,
our time is up.
Yes, I am just. Oh, you let me round up. Just a few seconds. Yes. To round up, I believe the best way that we can solve this problem is if government is stepping in. Government should make sure that they give ECG the necessary equipment that they deserve. Their lines, if they have to change it so that it becomes very efficient, they should change their lines for them. If they have to purchase any equipment, any machines, whether transformers or any other things, that there won't be power losses, they have to provide it for them. Now, when they do all these things and every household is enjoying electricity, then we can say that if they ask, we will be at the liberty to provide. But we should also have it at the back of our mind that though they are asking for this, comparing what they did in 2022, we are still paying the least kilowatt per hour across the sub-Saharan region. In Nigeria is
like
paying,
Nigeria
is paying 0.2. So let me wrap.
You wrapped it up. This is the fourth time you wrapped it.
So my last word.
Our last word.
So let me.
Again.
Yes, sir.
Let me end again.
You didn't let Ivan say.
Ivan is done. Let me end again.
Ivan, you be the last person to say. You don't worry, you have the time.
Let me end again by pleading.
Your integrity is on the line.
No, not that one. I'm not even talking about that. Because what is happening in my hometown is dear to me. Let me end again by saying women are running barefooted through bushes in Sola. Children are running. Today, there are people who cannot even identify their children, their wives, their husband, their whereabouts, as to if they are still alive or not. They don't know. And that is what is happening in Swala. Let me end by quoting the geologian Pastor Martin Nimola. And he said, they came for the socialists, they came for the trade unionists, they came for the Jews, they came for the communists. I didn't speak out because I'm not one of them. Because I'm not in Swala. So I will not speak out. If they shoot your relative tomorrow, we don't know when it's going to happen next. Nobody sat down or dreamt of it happening in Sola, and today it's happening in Sola. So please, in all modesty and humility, let's condemn this act. And to my friend, today one of my personal person is celebrating a birthday. She's also a party member to them, Honorable Kusia Naki, right? Happy birthday to you. May God bless you. Thank you.
Right. I think, of course, my brother here just made a point in terms of the conflicts that's happening in these sub-regions. And I'm glad that we have to come to a point where we have to look at these things, because when you go and look at some of the reasons, very frivolous. I mean, some of the things that we don't expect it to even generate into a common, fight, but it has happened. So I think the Minister of Interior and his entourage have gone there to ensure that there's some stability. IGP also deployed some police officers there, and we are hoping that calm will be retained. For those who are flee, I think they have to get them back. There is no place like home, and that to make sure that the tensions there do not escalate to how we have it at Boko and the other areas. I keep saying it here that our northern brothers have to know that we've gone past this stage where we have to fight about this time around. It's about development that we have to fight for. We need to hold governance and the people in power accountable so that our lives will be better. Because I feel that in all these things, if we had better systems and better things doing, let me put it that way, these kind of conflicts will not be necessary and will not generate into that factor. But in conclusion, I would like to also send my regards to the Minister of Deputy Minister of Agric, Honorable Jan Dumelo, for his good work that he's also doing, and the good people of also was well gone. For the reward he has given. They've given him during the December elections, and going forward, he's going to make sure he's going to work for the people, and going forward, they'll be able to get another nod in 2028. I'm also praying that the MP for West Central, Honorable Rashid Pelpo, and the Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, I pray that good Lord continue to keep him and guide him and protect him on his endeavors and make sure that, going forward, we will to execute his mandate as stated by the Constitution, the President. Okay. I would like to also say good morning to my fellow, graduates. Many of us have finished our last paper. I would like to say good morning to all of them, University of Ghana, Legon, that going forward, we are stepping into the real world, and we are able to, in terms of able to make sure that we go in and show the world what we've, acquired. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you, and congratulations to you and your people as well. Ivan.
Well, let me wish him congratulations and welcome him to the real world. To the real world. Yeah, this is where he's going to experience the world. Yeah, it is not. It won't be about politics at all, but it will be about bread and butter. I wish him well. Sure. Now, in wrapping up, whatever that we've done today, whatever that we've discussed today, I will urge the government to for the price, for us to have price stability, we should invest more into locally. Yes, into our local market. We should do a lot of domestication. Okay. We should do a lot of industrialization. We should make sure we handpick people and we make them millionaires, like how Nigeria purposely empowered Dangote. Okay. We should empower our people. In so doing, I believe we won't be an import-driven economy, but rather we would also have a lot on our market, and we'll be exporting some also to the world market. Then aside that, as to with reference to the ECG issue, we are begging PURC. They should step in. The 225% increase is astronomical. We can't pay. If PURC, Nana Yajantoa and her people can't do it, President John Dramani Mahama should step in for us. In so doing, I think he came so that we as citizens, we can have a free will to operate.
I think she's no longer there.
No, she is in charge of PURC.
No, she's no longer there. The CPP woman.
She is in charge of
the CPP woman.
Yes.
She's at the presidency now. I don't think
she's an appointee of your mama. Okay, that's nice.
CPP. So please, in wrapping up,
she's still in CPP. She's still in CPP.
What my brother said about, I am talking about what is it's bothering all of us, or you won't appreciate it, probably. So in wrapping up, whatever that is happening at the Savannah region, where a lot of people have been displaced, we are begging.
Okay.
The two parties should be called to the table.
Okay.
They should discuss their issues. Whatever that has happened, women and children shouldn't be involved. They are very vulnerable. We are begging.
Okay.
The president, through the interior minister and the IGP, should make sure they prioritize these things. Okay. Just recently, some of them has come to Chibi. Look at the distance from there to Chibi. We are begging they should step in so that there will be peace and absolute peace in that enclave. Thank you.
Thank you to all of you as well for making the show worthwhile. Before I close the show, I want to use this opportunity to invite each and every one, those in here and those listening to us and watching us, to the 1 week celebration of my father who passed away some few weeks ago. It all happened at Adabraka this coming Saturday. It's right beside the Ochihenes Palace. I think the second street to where City FM is located. So yeah, I cordially invite all loved and cherished ones who would want to join me in memorializing the departure of my old boy. And that's where we close the show this morning. It's been a great show. It's been pleasant with you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide. I'm level band.